And what is going on, everybody? Back with the Big Blue in the Bronx channel. We are live for a very important game down the stretch of the NBA basketball season. It is the Knicks versus the Bucks facing off at the Pfizer Forum. But first off, I am joined here by Dylan Backer of Empire Sports Media. Dylan, tell us where we can find you. I already put your Twitter in the chat. Tell us about yourself and give your thoughts on this game reels to start.
Right. So first off, thank you for having me on here. I really do appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to this game and, of course, the stream with all of you guys. To start off with where you can find me on my Twitter page, as he already mentioned. You can also find all of my articles on empiresportsmedia.com. That's where we do a lot of stuff. I'm also occasionally on Fireside Yankees with Ryan Garcia, ESM. We do live streams pretty often there. We're going to try and do them a lot more often this season if we got some Yankees fans out there. So hopefully you guys will tune into those. But, looking ahead to this game here with the Knicks and Bucks, this is a massive game for both teams, really. Both teams are very close in the standings. I believe only 2 games separate these two teams at the very moment. And, both teams are also in a slide a little bit. The Knicks have lost a few games of recent, aside from the Kings game the other night. Even that game, they started off slow. The Bucks have had 3 really bad losses on their resume. 3 losses to some lottery teams. I believe it was the Grizzlies, the Wizards, and one of the other bad teams out there. So both teams are looking to get right in this game. So I do think both teams are going to come out with some energy and play hard. I do think you're going to see a lot of good basketball this game. Jalen Brunson, Damian Lillard is a good point guard matchup. Of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Be on the lookout for OG Anunoby in this one. I think he's going to have some interesting assignments, given that this is only his second game back. The whole minutes thing maybe will play a factor as well. I expect to see him guarding Giannis for most of the game, but maybe at times we'll even see him guard Damian Lillard because we know OG can guard at all 5 positions. I think we're going to see him all over the floor tonight. I do think that this is the type of game, though, that the Knicks especially need to win this one. I think this is their get-right game. I think if you win this one, too, the standings will really start to shake up because after this, I believe they only have 4 games left. So if there's a time to turn it up right now, it's this game right here. This is going to be a big one. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, Dylan, you're absolutely right. I just took a look at the standings myself, and I knew there was about a 2-game separation between the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks are in the 4th seed, actually. They previously were the 5th, but the Cavs have also been on a slide. Now, the Knicks do have a similar record to the Cavs, but they are 1 loss less in the loss category. So the Knicks, even regardless if they have a tie or not, Knicks have the better record, and they're in place of the Cavs at the 4th spot. The Cavs are in the 5. The Pacers are 6th, but the Orlando Magic are at 3. They do have the same record, the Magic and the Knicks. The Magic are actually up on the Bulls right now, who the Knicks lost to on Friday night. But the problem is the Magic do have the tiebreaker across the 4 matchups that they've had. Now, the Knicks have beaten the Bucks, I believe it was on Christmas, actually. So we all got a nice Christmas gift from them. But yes, as you highlighted, Dylan, it's a very important game. The Bucks have been in a slide. It could be a get it right game for both teams, to be honest. Giannis is questionable coming into this game. He's obviously going to play because this is obviously a big game for the Bucks, and they really want to be a top 2 seed rather than a top 3 or 4 eventually. They don't want to slide, as you mentioned, but it's also a big game for the Knicks. And the biggest thing, as you said, Dylan, is that the Knicks have got off to these really slow starts. You mentioned the Kings game. We mentioned the Bulls game where they were nearly down by 20. So the Knicks, most importantly, they have to have a quick start. They have to play competitive. You can't be down 20 and then spot up points in the second half, or else you won't have enough energy throughout the game to at least make the comeback. It's not going to happen. But just want to get to the chat real quick to our loyal supporters. What's up to Armand? Hope all is well. I see that your Mets won today. Jacob says, what's their record post Doc Rivers hiring? I'll look that up, but very good question indeed. He says getting Brian here would have been funny. Yes, one of our popular co-hosts, Bad Takes Brian's actually on his way back from a family trip in Tennessee. I did try to pull for him, but that's what he told me. And I said that's completely fine. Brian is a Milwaukee Bucks fan. Tonight is the difference between playing and no playing. Knicks do not. If the Knicks are, let's just say this right now, if the Knicks are hoping to have a somewhat deep playoff run with no Julius Randle, the plan cannot be the case because obviously it takes a wear and tear, and it's a long, drawn out, more playoff series and all of that. So Jacob says UConn Purdue is going to be bonkers tomorrow night. Yeah, definitely. What's up to Jetson's Mess and Daniel Berry Sports? But let's take a look real quick at the Knicks and Bucks starting lineups. So starting at the 1 for the Knicks is Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo at the 2, Josh Hart at the 3. As Dylan said, OG Anunoby at the 4, who could possibly guard Giannis tonight, as he can guard positions 1 through 5. Isaiah Hartenstein at the 5. For the Bucks, it is Damian Lillard, Malik Beasley, Chris Middleton, Giannis, who was questionable heading into the game. He'll play, and Brook Lopez at the center spot. Now, just give me 1 second. I have to do something real quick. I'll be back.
It should be a very good game. It should be a very good game, honestly. I'm looking forward to this one.
All right, I was back. So, as obviously they're looking at the Allen Hans keys to the game, but we are just about ready to get started with this action. Again, Knicks have not won in Milwaukee this season. They did win in the home game on Christmas. So, again, very big game for both squads, as we've mentioned. So, as we look at Josh Hart, Hart was tossed in Friday's game for a questionable flagrant 2 foul that upset most of Knicks Twitter. Obviously, I didn't think it was a flagrant 2.
It upset me too.
Yeah, it was terrible. Anyways, tipped up as the Milwaukee Bucks will take it with the tip from Lopez as Damian Lillard crosses across the timeline. He's defended by DiVincenzo. He gives off to Giannis. Back to Middleton. Middleton races across. Lopez open for 3. Shot is airballed. Rebound Giannis. Giannis inside fakes. Gives back to Beasley. Back to Lillard. Lillard uncontested 3. Knocks it down. Damian
Already
Lillard
open
downtown.
threes. Already giving up open threes. 2 clean looks from Bucks on that play. 2 clean looks. Got to tighten it up here.
A lot of ball pressure early from Milwaukee as Devo hands off to Hartenstein, back to Hart. Hart looking for a man, looking to dish, doing some dribbling, gives off Brunson off ball. Brunson driving into the mid-range, shot is up, shot is no good, rebounded by Giannis. Giannis brings it into the front court. He's switched on to Anunoby. Giannis is going to back down Anunoby. Has the size. Giannis backing him down towards the baseline. Gives back to Middleton. Middleton has the size over Hart. Middleton backing him down. Turns, fires, and misses. Rebound Hartenstein.
Good defense by Hart there. Good defense.
Brunson goes left. Now dribbles right. Brunson driving in on Lopez. Kicks back to Hart. Back to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo driving inside. Layup is tipped out. Rebound Hartenstein. Hartenstein looks. Gives back. Brunson. Back to Hart. Hart drives on Lillard. Inside shot is altered. No good. Rebound Hartenstein, but taken by Middleton.
They tried to challenge the inside. Didn't work. Missed a couple good looks, too.
Giannis on his former teammate DiVincenzo. Is he blocked by Hartenstein? Yeah, it was blocked by Hartenstein. Clean call. DiVincenzo fakes. Gives back to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Brunson nearly loses. Picked up by DiVincenzo. 14 to shoot. Hartenstein looking to hand off. Brunson. 1-on-1 versus Lillard. 8 to shoot. Hartenstein trying to set a screen. Back to Hartenstein. Hartenstein gives back to Anunoby. Anunoby with a contest. On the shoot. Shot is up. Is blocked by Giannis and is a 24-second violation. Good defense from the Bucks.
Yeah, very good defense. They right now they've gotten nothing so far. I don't know what's going on, but it's not looking good at the moment.
Brook Lopez is set to inbound off the shot clock violation as we look at Doc Rivers, the new Bucks coach. Obviously, they started the season with former Toronto assistant Adrian Griffin. He has since been canned. Lillard, going to be a pick-and-roll situation with Lopez as the roll man. Lillard gives back to Lopez. Lopez top key, fakes, gives back to Lillard once again. Lillard being chased by DiVincenzo. 8 to shoot. Lillard 1-on-1. Lillard goes to right, gives back to Lopez. Lopez fakes, high arcing three-pointer in and out. Rebounded by Jalen Brunson. Almost went down. Brunson to his right. Brunson driving. Brunson fakes. Shot is up. Shot is it's good and a foul.
Good take. And that's something they needed. They need to get going. And hopefully if Brunson can start getting shots like that, then they can really get going in this one. That was a big one. They needed that.
And a big roll, too, as Brunson will go to the line. A very proficient season. He always has played well against the Bucks, despite the three-point numbers not being what they want to be. But 54% field goal percentage. Shot is up. Shot is good. We are knotted up at 3. Lillard brings it into the half court, gives back to Giannis. Giannis against Anunoby. Gives back to Beasley. Lillard coming off ball. Switching it up. Beasley takes a high arcing three-pointer. Shot is no good. Good contest from Brunson. Here comes Hart in transition. Hart gives back to Hartenstein. Gives back to Brunson. Brunson 1-on-1 versus Beasley. Hartenstein with the screen coming left. Brunson gets off the screen. Brunson driving. Puts up a shot. Shot is no good, but a foul. So he'll go to the line.
That's twice now he's drawn a foul. That's twice back-to-back plays, really, offensively. That's what you want to see. You want to see him draw those fouls, put these guys in foul trouble, get to the line.
I believe that is Beasley's possibly his second foul, but he's a foul hunter, Dylan. At least according to Brian Windhorst. That comment. I don't know about you, Dylan. That comment was ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not a foul hunter. Like I'll put it this way: does he try to look for fouls? Yeah, of course. I think any guard his size should be doing that, but he also doesn't get a lot of calls either. So
Exactly.
it kind of works both ways here. It's like, sure, maybe he is looking for some calls, which a guy his size should be doing, but
Right.
there are many times where he has gotten whacked and it's not called. So
Absolutely. And it's the most obvious sometimes as Brunson knocks down one of two free throws. The Knicks are up 4-3.
And yeah, Beasley does have 2 fouls, as you alluded to. So
Lillard going left. Lillard is fouled, and it's going to be on the floor. It's not going to be on the shot. So then the Bucks will inbound. As they will inbound, Giannis is defended by Anunoby, but they're going to toss it to Lopez. Lopez gives to Beasley. Beasley kicks to the corner. This is Middleton. Middleton driving the mid-range floaters up. Floater is good. It just rattles around. DiVincenzo will bring it up. Hartenstein has the handoff. He gives to Anunoby, back to Hart. Hart looking for man. He's looking for Brunson. Gives off to Hartenstein. Screen set. Pass is deflected up in the air, and it's stolen. And out of bounds, it will be a... Did he motion for a jump ball? I thought he did, but we'll see what happens here. I couldn't get a clean look at it.
Wasn't a good pass from Hartenstein, though. That was not a good pass. Telegraphed it. Made it too easy for Middleton to get a hand on it.
So it is Knicks ball. Brunson gives it to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with 2. With 1, Hart's going to put up a shot, and it is no good. Tipped by DiVincenzo out to Anunoby. Anunoby drives, gets a fake. Anunoby inside. Tough finish, no good. Tip is good from Anunoby. 6-5 Knicks.
Big, strong take. Strong. Pushed him down a little bit. I like that. That's what you want to see from Anunoby.
Lopez off the pop. 3-pointer. Knocks it down. Brooke Lopez from downtown.
You need to keep an eye on that because we know Tibbs likes to play his centers and drop, but Lopez can shoot. So we'll see how they adjust if Lopez
Brunson
starts
backs
to really
off, shots no good. Rebound Lopez as Giannis will bring it up the floor. Giannis defended by Hartenstein. Now he's going to be double teamed. Giannis inside, shots good, and the foul. Just toughens. Anunoby gets the contact to go. He'll go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
That's just Giannis being too big right there. Just barreled through him right there. Barreled through Anunoby.
So, real quick, Doc Rivers with the Bucks is 15-16. To answer Jacob's question from earlier.
Yikes. Doc Rivers effect.
Yes, indeed. Giannis at the free throw line, obviously doing his motioning as what he does normally. A 65.7 free throw shooter. Usually, that's mostly below average for most superstars, but Giannis has seemed to overcome that a little bit, and he knocks down the free throw. So it's 11-6 Milwaukee after the and 1. Jalen Brunson will bring it up. Brunson goes left to right. Brunson driving. Brunson fakes. Brunson 1-on-1 versus Beasley. 16 to shoot. Brunson looking for a pass. He finds Hart. Hart hands off to DiVincenzo. High arcing 3-pointer from Devo. Knocks it down. Donnie DiVincenzo from downtown.
Needed that one.
Lillard fakes. Gives back to Lopez. Lillard handoff. I should say Lopez hand to Lillard. Lillard is fouled and gets the roll. So it'll be another and 1 situation. Silly foul there from Donnie DiVincenzo.
They're not doing a good job at stopping these guys from penetrating inside. They just keep once they get past the perimeter, it's too easy for these guys to draw fouls and get buckets. Need to tighten up that inside that perimeter. Excuse me. They need to tighten that up.
Indeed. Looks like the
2
Knicks
fouls for Dante already too.
That's alarming. Knicks are. It looks like the defenders are just kind of opening up their hips a little too early and letting them drive down the lane. And there's no really, and to be honest, Dylan, they're not really driving, the ball handlers into any help. So there's wide open lanes as Hartenstein is
1-on-1.
Absolutely is. Hartenstein was, obviously defending Brooke Lopez on a potential pop play, but Lillard will knock down the free throw. It is 14-9 Milwaukee. Brunson one-on-one goes to the right, defended by Connaughton. Now double team. Brunson backing him down, turns, fires, and misses.
Not a
Rebounded
good
by
shot.
Middleton. Middleton in the court. Middleton driving. Middleton inside. Alley-oop to Giannis. He puts it up and puts it in. Knicks will try to hurry up the pace. And Hart has it. Hart looking to dish. Gives off to Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking to hand off himself. Gives back to Brunson. Brunson drives into the mid-range. Brunson against Lillard. Puts up the shot. Shot rattles out. Rebound Giannis. Knicks are not getting shots to go. Giannis driving inside. Shots no good. Rebound by the Knicks. Here comes Jalen Brunson off the deflection from McBride. Brunson fakes, is fouled, and they're going to say it's on the floor instead of the continuation.
That was on the gather. That should be an and one. That honestly should have been an and one. Tibbs has the right to be upset about that one.
I agree with you 100%, Dylan.
That's on the gather. That's on the gather.
Exactly. In most cases, that's an N1. In most
that should
cases.
be. That should be an N1. That should be. I don't know if they're challenging this call. I don't think they are, but that should have been an N1.
I don't know if you could challenge whether a foul is on the floor or whether a foul is on a shot.
I'm not sure if you can either. So, but that should have been an N1. It should have been an N1.
What's up to Jacob? Obviously, he says, Luca, based on your offseason, I think it's either trade out or Bowers for y'all. Top three receivers should be gone unless y'all want to attack the offensive line again. Obviously, a question for me because I am a Jets fan. But for that question, I think I wouldn't mind Bowers, but if you have like a guy like Fashanu or Alt there, you obviously take him. It could be they could be gone by then, but it's offense. Wide receiver, as you said, you think the top receivers will be gone by then. That's fine. But if in that case, it would be Bowers or an offensive lineman. Jacob says, did you get Angel Hernandez's autograph? Yes, I was in person for another great Angel Hernandez game. Yes, that's why my voice is a little downward, but all is well. At least the Yankees got the win today. Now I just got to get the Knicks. Hopefully the Rangers win tonight. You get the trifecta. But Jacob also says, how would you all feel about bringing IQ back? I don't think that's happening. I think Toronto probably feels that he's a part of the core. I mean, Toronto realistically, outside of Scotty Barnes, doesn't really have any building blocks, so they're going to try to have like RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly be a part of their long-term solution. I don't think Quickly's going anywhere.
Honestly, I don't even know if Quickly will stay as a Raptor. I feel like there's better fits for him elsewhere. If
That's
other
true.
Teams offer. I feel like a team like San Antonio or Orlando could be a really good fit for him. Teams that are on the cut that have guys that can get him to contending real quick. And then add a good point guard like Quickly into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are good fits for him.
I think Orlando makes sense. He's gotten better defensively through the years. He's also he would be one of their better offensive pieces because that's what they lack. Really, they're very strong defensively. Obviously, you have Banchero, you have Franz Wagner. You then Quickly just be one of your top 4 offensive.
If you look at the Magic, their biggest problem has been the backcourt. That's where they've gotten very little production. If you add Quickly to that, they can be a really scary unit. And as a Knicks fan, of course, I don't want to see that. But speaking from the basketball standpoint, it makes the most sense.
Absolutely, completely agree.
It makes a lot of sense.
The Spurs, who's their lead guard right now? I'm sure like Quickly and Wembanyama would have a nice connection down in San Antonio, but just in general, like that's not a bad fit either.
When you look at long-term building, of course, that would make a lot of sense. But if you want someone to if you want to put Quickly on a team that can compete right now, then a team like Orlando would make sense.
Absolutely. Get back to action as Jalen Brunson receives the handoff, kicks out to the corner for Hart. Hart on the drive, Hart inside looking, gives to Brunson. Brunson's floater's up. Floater is good as it's 11-16 now. Lillard has it. Lillard gives to Giannis. Giannis gives back to Lillard. Lillard off the handoff. Tries to catch a foul on the three-pointer. He does. And will he be shooting 3 free throws? As Lillard did back into the contact from McBride, so it does look like he'll be shooting 3 free throws. And just in addition, the Bucks are also in the bonus as well. Jalen Brunson talking with Doc Rivers. Lillard's first free throw is in and out.
Wow. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, Lillard is a 92% free throw shooter from the line this season. What's
That's
up,
got to
Jeff?
be like top 3 in the NBA.
Probably is. Because I know that's what usually Emmanuel Quickly would average, and he'd always be at the top, but he knocks down the second. Look that up, actually. NBA free throw percentage. Also, real quick, Mitchell Robinson checks in. If I'm gonna ask you this real quick, as also Bobby Portis, the former Knick, checks in. You think Mitchell Robinson's fully healthy? Because I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I also didn't expect him to really be fully in game shape when he returned because he sat out for 3 months and he had surgery on that ankle. I think he still needs time to, kind of really get into basketball shape. He's always been kind of like someone that you watch him play and you think there's something up, but
Yeah,
I think I think I think he just needs to get back into a rhythm. I think it's tougher for him now because there's a much different unit now than when he was still with the healthy back in early December. It's a
that's
much
true.
different team now. You've added 3 new guys to the rotation, so I think he needs to get acclimated. As Brunson knocks down a big three, big shot right there.
Great points mentioned by Dylan. Lillard is going to try to answer. He misses, tipped off the rebound and is taken by Milwaukee. Gives
Oh,
back to
you got to
Lopez,
get that
back to
rebound.
Middleton. Middleton driving baseline, kicks, and it's a high pass. It is a Milwaukee turnover. It's just like when Mitchell Robinson goes for those leaps, it's like he can't go all the way up when he
I
goes for
feel
those
like he's
dunks.
always been that way, and I think it's just becoming more noticeable now because we're watching more closely. But
That's
I
true.
feel like I feel like it's always been that way. I feel like what really, like I said, I think he just needs to get himself acclimated again. It's like I said, brand new unit, brand new team around him. I think he needs to get used to a different role too, because now he's coming off the bench instead of starting. These are different things for him. It sounds small, but they can make a difference. And did they call a charge on Brunson right there?
Yeah, they said
Mm,
Brunson put his
mm,
shoulder into Lillard, so
mm.
it is an offensive foul turnover for the Knicks. Lillard going off the pick, hands to Portis. Portis in the mid-range gives back to Middleton, three-pointer, knocks it down. Chris Middleton from the corner, and it's 21-14 Milwaukee. Brunson across the timeline, goes to the right. Brunson on the drive. Brunson inside, kicks to the corner. Deuce McBride misses. Rebound taken by Pat Connaughton. And Lillard will bring it up. Lillard going off the screen. Lillard driving to his right. Lillard inside. Shot is no good, but a foul on Precious Achiuwa.
Achua's really been struggling lately. I need to see him play better this game because he's been, I think a lot of us anticipated that his run was going to end at some point, but lately it's
Right.
been a real struggle. It's been a struggle. I don't know if he can coexist with Mitchell Robinson and some of these other guys. I just don't know if he can.
It's two non-shooting bigs, which doesn't help out offensively with the spacing.
It doesn't at all, and it doesn't really help when you have Hart there in the wing as well. Another guy who isn't exactly the most aggressive shooter. So
Absolutely true. As Damian Lillard knocks down his free throw, and I think it personally, Dylan, that Achua's foul on Terry Rozier shifted the momentum in that Miami game. If I'm
I
being,
was at that Miami game too.
yeah,
So I got to see that in person of Terry Rozier just killing him left and right. And there were too many plays down that stretch that were just killer. Too many fouls, too many careless plays.
Brunson fakes. Brunson looking for a man. He finds Hart. 10 to shoot. Now looking. Hart driving. Hart fakes. Hart has nowhere to go. Finds Achua.
Mm,
Achua's going to have to take a man off the dribble. One to shoot. And
mm,
Achua
that
somehow that misses somehow. Mitchell Robinson trying to get the ball back, and it is off of the Bucks.
that was a horrible offensive possession. No other way to put that one.
Looks like the Bucks really did a good job on off ball regarding Jalen Brunson. But again, the problem is the lack of spacing, lack
The
of
problem when
offense.
you run a lineup like this, yep, exactly. That's the problem. Teams are just gonna blitz Brunson, and when you have two non-shooting bigs and a non-shooting wing, they're just gonna clog up the interior.
Brunson, screen from Robinson. Brunson driving to the basket, pull up mid range jumper, shots airballed, rebounded, taken. Hart loses it out of bounds. And you saw it. There's four players literally stacked in the paint, just waiting for, and that's why Brunson has to settle for those drives because there's
Too many
nobody.
contested shots that they're having to force to take because there's no space. Every shot is no longer a clean look.
And I just want to see. No, he's not on the floor. And I'm thinking like, obviously we know Tibbs is a defensive guy. Portis misses the shot, rebound Brunson. Why can't a guy like Bogdanovich sub in first? Because he'd help the spacing a little bit. Obviously, he's a liability defensively, a strong one
Well,
at that.
I think that's where the issue is because right now you're down 9 points and you can't defend, and Milwaukee has an explosive offense. So I can kind of see
Absolutely.
why he's not out there at the moment. But I also do agree that in a way you need scoring. But that's a big shot right there by Brunson and one.
There we go. Jalen Brunson has been the main key cog for the Knicks
That's a
as he
big
gets
one.
the N1. Gets the contact from Lopez. As
He got
Brunson
that through the double as well.
Yeah.
Not many point guards can do that. Not many. Not many.
Almost a triple team if you think about it. There was Connaughton.
Yeah.
There was, I think Lillard was
Middleton and
there.
Lopez, yeah.
Brunson at the free throw line. He knocks it down. So the Knicks are now only down 6. Jeffrey asked if we'll be doing the Celtics game April 11th. I don't think so. I think we're hoping to do game this Sunday. It would be actually the Knicks' final game of the regular season. As this is passed to Lopez inside, as Mitch was not covering the pick and roll.
Mitch fell asleep there.
25-17. We're probably looking to do the Knicks Bulls game, the final game of the regular season, possibly. I mean, we'll have to work it out. We'll call a game this week. But obviously, a lot's shaping up with the standings. Achua hands off to Deuce McBride. McBride looking, he finds Hart. I think the Bucks are about to go in a zone. And 3-second violation, I believe, is going to be on Milwaukee. So the Knicks will have a shooter now.
Something we need to watch for as this first quarter ends, though, when Brunson gets subbed out. The non-Brunson minutes have been killing them lately, and he can't stay on the floor the entire game. Knicks need to try to stay close while he's on the floor right now. Find themselves trailing while he's on the floor. Not good.
Absolutely. And the problem is, like, I'll tell you this much. There's no way, in my opinion. Now, I was on the trend for trading for Bogdanovich. I think he's underwhelmed. I don't think he's been as bad as Burks, but I think he's underwhelmed. The thing is Brunson drives in the lane. Brunson looking for a man. He finds Hart. Hart driving the paint mid-range. He takes a fall away, and he misses. Tipped up in the air. Rebounded by Lillard. Lillard brings up a football pass stolen by McBride, takes it right from him. McBride gives to Brunson. Brunson open three-pointer on the way, and it's no good. Tipped up, back to Brunson. Brunson did a one-man show, kicks back to the corner. McBride, pull-up three-pointer. Shot is in and out, tipped up by Robinson. Tipped up, taken by Hart. Another possession for the Knicks. Hart on the drive, inside, kicks back to Brunson. Brunson drives into the mid-range. Left-handed step, and good.
There we go.
Brunson.
The 55 opportunities they were given there led to a
Absolutely. Had to take advantage. Middleton looking for man. He finds Portis back to Middleton. Middleton against Achua. Lopez comes with the screen to the left. Middleton driving, and he loses it. It's stolen by McBride. Here comes McBride in transition. Gives to Hart. Hart inside. Blocked by Lopez. Takes McBride. McBride one-on-one versus Portis. McBride trying to shake him up. McBride step back three-pointer. That's good. Deuce McBride from downtown. The Knicks are within 2 as we try to close the first quarter.
Nice little 9-2 run here.
Lillard one-on-one versus Deuce McBride. Lopez comes with a screen to the right. Lillard drives. Lillard gives back to Lopez. Pick and pop. Lopez 3 on the way. Shot's no good. Rebound Josh Hart. Here comes Hart. One-on-one. Hart in transition. Goes to his right. Now switched on to Connaughton. Gives back to Brunson. 14 to shoot. Brunson one-on-one versus Middleton. Middleton has the size. Brunson is the quickness. Brunson drives inside. Shot is good. We have a tied game again.
There we go.
25-25 with 1:20 to play. Jalen Brunson, 17 points in this first quarter. Lillard drives right. Lillard nearly stripped. He is stripped, but still has it. Lillard double team, deflected in a foul. But an impressive run by the Knicks as the game heads to commercial.
Jalen Brunson has been something else so far, though. 17 points, and despite this lineup with really bad spacing, just finding a way through every defender getting in his face. Incredible.
Absolutely. Just the superstardom of Brunson, and obviously he's not talked about as most superstars. He's not a named superstar like a Lillard or a Tatum or anything like that. But again, we're appreciating. We as Knicks fans are appreciating him, and obviously he's top 5 in points per game. He is his 3-point shot has been phenomenal this season. And it's like he's 26. You think guys in their prime are like, okay, we're going to be at the same level. He just continues to get better and better. It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's honestly incredible.
Just to get to a few comments real quick, Jacob says, "Luca, were y'all in left field today? That's where I normally sit during games. I was in left field bleachers, section 237, row 3, if I'm being completely, descriptive about it. But some other comments as well. Are y'all going to the game on 420? Yeah, I'll be at the NYYU event on 420. Just Neil says, "What's up to everyone in the chat?" And our panelist, Luca, who is your co-host tonight? It is Dylan Backer of Empire Sports Media. He writes articles for them. He pops on Fireside Yankees, Fireside Giants. He also does some work with the Strickland. Alex will be here soon. Yes, we were 8-2 bullpen. Yeah, we were up 8-2. Bullpen got cooked. Is going to get cooked by the time Garrett comes back. That's one thing that concerns me with this team. And we'll obviously be talking about on Boys McApple tomorrow because we were at the game. But that's one thing that concerns me with the Yankees. I thought Heel pitched well, but I think he threw too many pitches. He got into a struggle in the third inning. I think that's what did him in. But convincing on his end, at least. Can't wait to meet y'all on 420, Jacob says. Can't wait to meet you as well. You are a phenomenal supporter of ours. I also got my Yankee calendar, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I got the Yankees jersey right here. I moved it to the side for the game, but yeah.
The thing is, it's like I have my 19 jersey now. I bought this a couple of years ago when Tanaka was on the team. I'm like, who's really going to wear 19? That's honestly going to be memorable.
John Birdie now.
Yeah, John Birdie. It was Jay Bruce prior. I'm like, do I really want Jay Bruce, donning the 19? Like, it's like, and I said to my buddy who I went to the game with, along with my brother, I got to rebuy a Derek Jeter jersey because obviously that was the first jersey I ever got as a kid. And once it got short, I kind of just gave it away or threw it away or whatever. I'm like, I'm getting a Jeter jersey. It's staying in my closet. It is not moving. I'll wear it, but it's not going to be moving. Jacob says he'll let Angel Hernandez get in his head. Well, Angel Hernandez is Angel Hernandez. I mean, he's the worst.
I've met Angel Hernandez before.
You've met him?
Yes, because he lives out in my area in Florida.
So really? What area? You mind if I ask, what area is that?
I'm in the West Palm Beach area.
Oh, West Palm Beach. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he stays out in this area, and I met him once. Back when I was like 14 years old, because we did an umpiring clinic at my local baseball fields, and he was the one holding the clinic.
Oh, I don't want him to teach you.
Interesting person to have doing it. I was only a kid at the time, so little did I know much about him, but I knew who he was, but not to that extent that we all know now.
Brunson misses the layup. Lillard going off the pick, and his shot blocked by Robinson. Good play there. Brunson one-on-one versus Giannis. Brunson looking for man. Backing down Giannis. Brunson does not have the size or quickness advantage, but he takes him off the dribble, kicks inside, Hart's floaters up. Floater's no good. Tipped up in the air and taken by the Bucks. Jay Crowder takes it. Here comes Giannis. Giannis inside. Shot is good. Giannis right to the rack.
Hart missed a bunny.
Yeah. Hart has it. About a 5 to 6 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Knicks are down 4. Brunson 1-on-1 versus Connaughton. Brunson directing traffic. Brunson gets a fake guard screen. Brunson drives left-handed off the glass. Shots tipped up in the air. No good. Taken by Crowder. 6 seconds to shoot. Here comes Giannis. Giannis in the drive. Giannis takes inside to Portis. Portis' floater's up, and floater's good at the buzzer. So the Knicks are down 6 at the end of 1.
That was a bad way to finish coming out of that timeout.
And especially in the
Brunson minutes. They forgot about Portis. They were too focused on Giannis. Everyone had their eyes locked on Giannis and just forgot about Portis right underneath. I understand it's Giannis Antetokounmpo, but you can't let up a bucket with 2 seconds left in the quarter like that.
Of course. And Jalen Brunson, as I said, remains the key cog in terms of
Brunson had 17 points, 3 rebounds, and was 43% from the field in that first quarter. Thank you, Knicks Moves on Twitter for that.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the stats. It's only making the non-Brunson more minutes more crucial because somebody's got to they don't have to put as much production as him, but we need Burks and Bogdanovich to step up. I feel like we say that almost every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I tweeted this the other day when Achua and Bogdanovich didn't have a good game. I said, they weren't good again, and I feel like we've been saying that a lot. I feel like we've said too many times now that they haven't really provided an impact. And, I can expect Achua having a big impact because at the end of the day, he was just a throw-in. Him playing as good as he wasn't going to last forever. But we expected a lot more out of Bogdanovich. We
Oh yeah,
expected a lot more.
he's been a
It's different to be in a slump, but it's been 2 months now of just
yeah.
pretty consistently bad play, minus a couple like decent games here and
Mhm.
there. There hasn't been much that you really are sitting there going like, "Wow, we really need I'm so glad we have Bogdanovich off the bench at the moment because like he hasn't done much." He comes in the game, and I noticed this trend a lot too. He comes in the game, he'll have like the worst 5 minute stretch imaginable, both on both ends. Bad shots, bad defense, you name it. He'll get subbed out. He'll come back in, hit a couple shots, but the defense still ain't there. And then it's just he's kind of just invisible the rest of the game. You kind of
Exactly.
forget he's even out there. So
And
you know,
I feel this away. I'll get to the comments in a couple of seconds, but it's like Bogdanovich, his shot selection is like really, really bad with the Knicks. Like I've
yeah,
never seen that with Detroit or Utah or even Indiana, where his shot selection is that bad. Like and he's also like this comes to utilization. I think he does a little too much dribbling, in my opinion. He doesn't have a really good handle. Like when he goes to the rack, it's very rough. Like it's
no,
not a
I agree.
smooth dribble riding to the basket, like a smooth finish at the basket. It's very rugged.
No, I agree. I agree.
Should be getting back to action as we get to the quarter. Sunil says, "Did you see that the Mavs game today? They won 146 at 137 to Houston. Mavs are a 5 with the more wins than the Knicks, yet the Knicks are a 4 seed. Listen, the West is also competitive, but I know that the Rockets were also eliminated as that pass is batted up in the air, and it's stolen by Sam. I'm sorry, that's AJ Green as Giannis passes to Crowder in the corner, but." Nice pass inside, kicks to the corner. Not one, but two open shooters. Portis from three misses. Rebound by Hartenstein. But what I was saying was it's that the West is competitive, but the Rockets also got eliminated, and I thought they would be a solid team this year.
Yeah. Yep.
McBride 1-on-1 driving. McBride gives back to Anunoby, corner three on the way. Shots no good. Rebounded by Portis as Connaughton will bring it up. Knicks down 6.
Definitely
Give
something to monitor with Anunoby's shooting because last time when he first came back, he was reluctant to shoot a lot.
Giannis knocks down the mid-range pull-up. 33-25. It's obviously about the pain tolerance in the elbow as McBride hands off to Hart, back to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich drives in the lane, floaters up, floaters good from Bogdanovich, his first score.
It's a good shot.
Giannis will bring it up. Donnie DiVincenzo's at the scorers table, ready to check in, gives back to Connaughton. Connaughton defended, gives back to Giannis, gives back to Portis. Portis defended by Hartenstein. Portis trying to back him down, turns, fires, and misses. Rebound Josh Hart. Here comes Hart in the open floor. Hart kicks to the corner. Bogdanovich fakes. Bogdanovich pull up mid-range jumper is good. Bogdanovich is
There
2
we
for
go.
2.
So far, so good. I will come back in like 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll
Absolutely.
be right back.
Gotcha. Giannis versus Anunoby at the top of the key goes right. Giannis inside. Layup is good, and the contact from Hart. So Giannis will go to the line for a 3-point play, old-fashioned. What channel is the game on? Is it on national TV anywhere? It is. You know what, Sunil? If you saw the thumbnail, it's actually on NBA TV. If you guys are not in the Dallas, not in the Milwaukee or New York area, it's on NBA TV. For local, obviously, if you're in New York, it's MSG, New Jersey, MSG, Milwaukee's channel when you're in Milwaukee. I think it's Bally Sports Wisconsin. But yes, if you're not in either team's respective area, it is NBA TV. So as long as you have NBA TV in a non-New York or Milwaukee area, you should be fine to watch this game. Giannis at the free throw line, he knocks it down. So it is 36-29 as he knocks down the free throw. McBride has it. McBride gives off to Anunoby, back to Donnie DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo looking for a man. He finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking to hand off. He finds Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich double team. Nice pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking for Cutter, backing down Portis. Hartenstein's floaters up. Floaters good.
Good take. Good take. Good setup.
Giannis brings into the front court, gives off to Connaughton. Connaughton defended by Deuce McBride. Giannis goes with the screen. Giannis driving to the basket. Giannis fakes. Giannis, nice Euro step inside for the lay. 38-31. Deuce gives to Anunoby. Back to Dante. Dante driving. 1-on-1. Takes a contested three. Misses. Rebound Giannis. Giannis will take it up the court.
That was a heave early in the shot clock too.
Not a good shot. Giannis looking now has the size advantage versus McBride. Giannis turns
No,
inside.
that's
Nice
not a
pass
good
to
matchup.
Portis through the cut. So it is 40-31 Milwaukee.
Bucks are just getting what they want. That was the switch they were looking for.
And the timeout will be called by the Knicks. As you saw that time, Dylan, he was matched up against Deuce McBride, obviously has a size and quickness advantage. They had Anunoby on AJ Green, and he drives the basket. Hartenstein is forced to come help, but Portis is right in the dunker spot. So Knicks
And I
will have
was
to make
just
some
gonna say
defensive.
too, the Knicks have done a good job at staying in it within these non-Brunson minutes, but those last two possessions before the timeout were just not good on both sides.
Absolutely. I will say this to our supporters, even to our new guys in here. If you're new here, please hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. We'll be live tomorrow night for Boys in the Big Apple podcast, where we'll discuss obviously the latest in baseball, the breakdown of the basketball season, and the closing of NBA season, prospect of the week, all that good stuff. So catch us here tomorrow at 8:10 p.m. We'll see if we can do a Knicks game and a Yankees game this week according to the schedule. But keep it here for all the content as we try to get 2,000 subs. Jacob says Achua was overhyped in my opinion. He was a big talent coming into college, and then he fizzled out. He, I think, was drafted by the Heat, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he was drafted, I think, behind Bam Adebayo. So he was already in position to not start. But then he was traded to Toronto in the Goran Dragic trade. Or I should say that was the Lowry trade. And he never really had a starting chance because I think Chris Boucher and Pascal Siakam were the starting front court. And again, Achua, I think he's grown defensively with Tibbs, but I think, as you said, Dylan, he's had a stretch run that has not been impressive of late.
No, and I'm not gonna act like Achua playing as good as he was doing was gonna last, like I've been saying, but it kind of sucks seeing him kind of just falter at this time when we don't have Julius Randle anymore. Like it's not like we can wait. He's done. They've said it. He's done. So you really need him to be able to kind of provide an impact, and he's done the opposite. And at this point, I would be surprised if he's even in the playoff rotation. I would.
Absolutely.
I'd be very surprised.
Sunil says the whole Kyrie drama in Dallas ended up being overblown. Kyrie is augmenting Luca better than I expected to. Listen, Kyrie's, he is what he is off the court, but he's an incredible talent on the court. The injuries really hurt what would otherwise end up being a very nice Knicks season. Absolutely. Now I'm tempering expectations attached. I think most Knicks fans are, for being honest. But I think the ceiling for this Knicks team, if all goes well, I think is a second round exit. You're hoping, obviously, they face one of these less experienced teams like a Magic or a young Pacers team, where they have the playoff experience and they can win those games.
The
And then you'll
Julius
see
Randle injury lowered their ceiling. It did. We went from
absolutely.
Eastern Conference Finals ceiling to second round, and they can they still make a run to the conference finals? Sure. It's going to be so much more difficult though. Even with Randle's playoff struggles, it's going to be difficult.
Bogdanovich pulls up off the glass is good. He's
There we
3 for
go.
3.
Good start for him. It's what you want. You need. We were talking about it earlier. Good games out of Bogey, and so far, he's been doing what you need him to do.
Giannis switched on to Bogdanovich. Now switch back to Anunoby. Giannis driving to the basket. He's going to need some help. Back to AJ Green. His high arcing three-pointer shots no go. Rebounded by Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein hands to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich driving to the basket, backing down Connaughton, and he is fouled by Pat Connaughton. So it will be in the shooting, and he will go to the free throw line.
Your play-by-play skills are good, man. I admittedly haven't gotten a chance to look at a lot of your streams and stuff in the past, but I'm impressed. I really am.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think
Yeah.
you've made a nice role as a play-by-color analyst.
I
Breaking
appreciate
down.
that.
As we see Jalen Brunson on the sideline as Bogdanovich makes a free throw. He's shooting about 78% from the line. Again, folks, if you're new here, we do Yankee streams. We're going to be streaming all 3 days of the draft. For day 3 is going to be something else. We're going to have a lot of guests on. And also, we're going to be, obviously, Yankee streams, Knicks playoff streams, and drafts. So big month of April if you're a sports fan. Even if you watch hockey, big month of April. But Bogdanovich is 8 points, 3 of 3, as the Knicks are down 5. Giannis, 1-on-1, gives off to Middleton. Middleton defended by McBride. Portis comes with a screen. Middleton drives to Portis. Portis mid-range jumper is good. Silky smooth there from the former Knick, and it's 42-35. McBride hands off to Anunoby, gives back to Dante. Dante hands to Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking for man. He finds Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic fakes. Nice pass to Giannis. And I'm sorry, that's not Giannis. That was to Hartenstein, and a blocking foul on A.J. Green. Hartenstein bumped Green while he was in the catching motion. So that is called a blocking foul. Wonder if Milwaukee is going to challenge to see if it was an offensive foul. To me, it didn't look like it.
I don't think that's an offensive foul.
Bogdanovic double teamed and pass is deflected out of bounds. So now the Bucks are double teaming Bogdanovic, who's been
Bogey seeing double teams is something. That's a sight I was not expecting.
No, not at all. And he with this unit, he's been the top offensive. He's been the best with offensive production thus far in this game with this unit specifically. Bogdanovic driving right. Bogdanovic against Middleton. Bogdanovic one-on-one takes a highly contested shot. No good. Rebound by Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking. He finds McBride. McBride switches. McBride on the drive. Kicks out to Anunoby. Back to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo kicks back. Anunoby on the drive. Anunoby loses it. It's tipped up in the air. Taken by Hartenstein. Gives back to McBride. And he throws it out of bounds.
Too much passing on that possession. Too much passing.
A lot of, as you said, too much passing. I mean, passing's good enough, but I think the Knicks had some looks there. Giannis against Anunoby. Help coming, and a blocking foul, and one. Takes it right to Anunoby. Giannis will go to the line for another three-point play.
Not many guys can contain Giannis, so I'm not going to, flag Anunoby here on this game, but you wish that he would stop. He would play a little bit better on that end. You wish, but it is Giannis. Right. It's definitely the best defensive matchup you can get for it, too. It's not like you're going to be able to throw anybody else on Giannis.
Absolutely. And the thing is, what the problem is as well, the Bucks have shooting bigs, so you can't risk Hartenstein being in the paint for help defense. So he's going to have to defend out on the perimeter while you're handling your matchups one-on-one. Unless you're really good at switching.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis at the line, he knocks it down. Giannis has been perfect from the line. 35-45, Knicks down 10 with about 7:14 in play as Jalen Brunson comes back onto the court. Brunson goes left. Brunson gives to Hartenstein. Nice dish. Hartenstein looks past to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic driving. Bogdanovic inside, kicks back. DiVincenzo high arcing three, knocks it down. Dante DiVincenzo from downtown. And the Knicks have now decreased their deficit to 7.
Good shot right there.
Middleton. Blocked by Anunoby. Tipped up in the air. Gives back to Middleton. Middleton kicks back to Crowder. Open three from Beasley. Knocks down the corner three. Knicks late to rotate. Brunson going left. Brunson drives. He looked like he was fouled, and he was. Beasley, that is his third foul. As we look at the good ball movement from the Bucks, obviously off the deflection, it would have been a key turnover for the Knicks to get in run and transition, but wasn't meant to be. With about 6:31 to play. What's up, Barbara? Hope all is well. Go Knicks. Go Luca. The Knicks don't have enough without Randall this season. Had great potential until the injuries ruined everything. It's going to become a big what-if season, in my opinion. Brunson double-teamed, seeing it, gives back to Devo, back to Brunson. Portis defending him, 8 to shoot. Brunson going to see another double. Gives back to Bogdanovic, kicks. DiVincenzo fakes. DiVincenzo spins inside. Righty layup, no good. Tipped up in the air. Hartenstein rebounded. Hartenstein puts up the shot. It is good, and the foul. Big shot there from Isaiah Hartenstein.
Those second chance opportunities are going to be huge. Looks like Middleton's hurt.
Yeah, that's been a problem as you do say Middleton's hurt. That's been a problem for him staying healthy the past few years. He's a core member of what the Bucks, a core member of the Bucks, the member of their core. Just been injuries have really hit him hard.
Yep. And it's unfortunate to see.
So let's see where he got injured. Did he have his foot stepped on? He was knocked into, and maybe it was in the face. It was incidental, it looked like. As
Yeah, he
Middleton
did.
is going right to the bench with his nose covered. Let's see. Okay, I'll match, even though I've been watching Mavs more recently being in Dallas. Knicks are still in me from all these years. I'm a former New Yorker for 27 years until 2001. Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of New York blood, But again, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. We'll be back with a lot more streams: Yankees, Knicks, NFL draft, Boys of the Big Apple shows. So it's going to be a packed month of April. You just don't want to miss it. We're trying to hit the 2,000 sub mark. Please help us get there. Knicks need 3 more wins to keep a decent seed. They do have 5 games remaining. Tonight would be a crucial win, even though they're down 8 at the very moment. Tonight would be a crucial win. They have games against the Bulls, they have won against the Celtics, and they have won against the Nets this coming Friday. So again, there's some winnable games, but the key is the Knicks cannot fall down early.
Yeah, those are 3 of 4 winnable games right there, honestly. So.
And a lot of people, when the team was healthy, saw, the Knicks can possibly get to 50 wins. I don't think they'll do that now, unfortunately.
No, they would have to win out to reach 50, and that includes this game.
It's not an easy call. I mean, again, it just proves, like, if, let's just say the not Yankees, Knicks, so they're like a top 4 seed. I still think Brunson should still get MVP consideration because he's the heart and soul of this team. With this team, without him, they're basically a play-in, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's like, how can you argue against Brunson for MVP? And, like, obviously, you got the more popular players like the Embiids. Now, obviously, Embiid's not in consideration because he's been hurt for a decent portion of the season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's an MVP candidate. But, like, a guy like Brunson, like, I just don't get what the agenda is against him.
It's like this. We know he's not going to win the MVP, and
Right.
That's not what we're preaching for. It's just, he deserves some love because look where the fact that the Knicks team is still afloat despite missing 2 key guys for the past 3 months. That's a huge thing. That's a huge
Absolutely.
thing. So he definitely deserves some consideration. And at the end of the day, he probably won't be a finalist, but he should be like top 5 in the voting. I think.
Absolutely. Official calls it incidental and unfortunate contact that sent Middleton to the locker room. So Hartenstein makes the free throw. They do not call it a flagrant whatsoever. So Knicks down 7 with about 6 minutes to play. Lillard defended by DiVincenzo. Lillard gives nice pass, and it's deflected out of bounds by Andre Jackson Jr., so it is Knicks basketball. And they're just figuring out something, I believe, with the substitutions. Tibbs trying to work something out as it was an out-of-bounds turnover, dead ball stop. Hartenstein will be the one to inbound. The Bucks will go basically half-court press, full court with Jalen Brunson. So Brunson will bring it up. As we're counting down on 6 minutes, Knicks again showed in the MSG graphic they are the 4th seed. Brunson kicks. Bogdanovich driving to the basket. Bogdanovich fade away for the basket. In and out, rebounded by Portis. That is his first missed shot.
Definitely could have moved the ball around a little bit more there. Did not like that shot.
Lillard, one-on-one versus Hartenstein. Lillard, step back three-pointer, misses. Tipped up, tipped out, and it's Knicks basketball. This was last touch by Brook Lopez. Brunson quickly gets it in as he's defended by Jackson Jr. Brunson goes left, driving on Lopez. Brunson right to the basket, lays it up and in. Knicks are within 5.
Credit to the Knicks for staying in this, not getting down too big.
Lillard hands to Bobby Portis. He has the size advantage against Hart. Will the Knicks come to double? They do. This Portis drives, gives back to Jackson Jr., back to Connaughton. Connaughton, reverse lay shots, no good, but a foul, and Bogdanovich is not happy with the call.
Not a good foul. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and you got him to force a shot like that. Just gifted them one right there.
Connaughton will go to the free throw line as it is a shooting foul. Again, I think the Knicks have personally stayed in this game because of the production they've gotten from Bogdanović and the other players offensively, but it's the defense that has not helped out, obviously, with Giannis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Connaughton makes the first free throw. He's a 75% free throw shooter.
I feel like you would like to see a little bit more from Josh Hart, too. 0 for
That's
5
true.
so far with 0 points. I feel like you would like to see more from him.
I like to see him be aggressive. Obviously, he had that one play where he could have banked it off the glass or had a floater. He drove in, but he just missed it. Connaughton knocks down both free throws as the Knicks are back down 7. Brunson will bring it in as he's defended by Andre Jackson. About 4:57 to play. Knicks down 7, 43-50. Brunson drives into the mid-range. Pull-up jumper, knocks it down. Silky smooth.
Good shot.
As the Knicks are hoping to torch the Bucks' infamous drop coverage. Lillard hands to Bobby Portis. Portis backing him down. Floaters up and floaters good. Portis with the answer back in the paint.
It's not what you want.
Brunson 101. Brunson driving left. Brunson the drive inside looking. Nice pass out to DiVincenzo. Open 3. Shots in and out. Tipped up in the air. Taken. Tipped up once again. And it will be out on Mitchell Robinson. So the
credit to Mitch to fight for that rebound, though. No fast breaks. You take it.
Absolutely. As the Knicks will get back up the court as Giannis comes back into the game. Short rest for him. Bobby Portis checks out. Connaughton will hand it in to Damian Lillard. Lillard with Anunoby at the scorer's table. Lillard goes to the right. Lillard defended by DiVincenzo. Has a mismatch. Lillard driving to the right. Lillard gives back to Connaughton. Connaughton drives into the paint. Connaughton inside, kicks back to Lopez. Lopez fakes. Lopez is tripped up and fouled. And Brunson not happy with the call. Anunoby checks in for the Knicks. Very key defensive assignment, but Bogdanović with solid production off the bench heads to the bench. Giannis driving to the basket, kicks out to Jackson, back to Lopez. Open three-pointer on the way. No good. Front rim, rebounded by Josh Hart. Here come the Knicks in transition. Hart dumps to Brunson. Brunson backing down Lillard. Connaughton in help. Brunson backing him down. Brunson looking, gives back to Anunoby, back to Hart. Hart 1-on-1, 8 to shoot. Hart backing down Connaughton. Hart's floater is no good, tipped up, rebounded by Giannis. Here he comes. Giannis driving inside, fouled by Brunson. So, is it going to be? I don't think it's going to be a take foul. It's probably going to be a reach in.
You know, we have not seen Alec Burks come in this game yet. I wonder what that is. I mean, I know his minutes were already seeing a big decline, but he is yet to even step into the game.
That is a very good point.
Not saying that Burks would make a massive difference in this at the moment, but it is interesting that he has not even seen the floor at all. Usually he sees the floor for at least a couple minutes in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Giannis at the free throw line. Again, shooting around 65%. Both teams are in the bonus. Knicks down by 7 with about 3 minutes and 29 to go. Giannis at the free throw line. He knocks down the first. He's been perfect from the line this far. As A.J. Green checks in for Andre Jackson Jr. Giannis once again at the line does take his time quite a bit, and he airballs the second. You rarely see that.
Yikes.
UFO, as Walt Clyde Frazier would call it.
Chris Middleton is out for the rest of the game, by the way, for that hit to the face.
Thank you for the update, but that is very key for the Bucks. Brunson's floater is good. Brunson is on a machine here in the first half for the Knicks. Lillard, screen. Lillard driving to the basket. Lillard inside. Stolen by Anunoby. Picks up the deflection. Here comes Hart. Here come the Knicks. Hart. Devo. Open three. Shots in and out. Rebound taken. Giannis is. Oh, this pass is stolen. This time taken by Devo. Devo inside. Kicks Brunson. Back Hart. Hart fakes. Hart inside. Layup is good.
I feel like they are just battling for every single bucket. But I like to see the hustle. But I also would like to see cleaner looks.
Giannis against Anunoby. Giannis, one-on-one. Help defense coming. Giannis kicks back. Lopez loses the pass, but a travel is called on Giannis. So the Knicks are now
tighten up the defense. They're playing much better defense now. They're calling Middleton's injury mouth trauma. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that injury designation.
Me too. I don't think you really ever see mouth trauma. I guess we'll just call it a bloody lip.
Yeah.
Laceration of the lip. 2:28 to play. Brunson on Connaughton. Drives right. Carries two men. Brunson kicks back. Anunoby three-pointer. Shot's no good. Tipped up by Robinson. Robinson with the rebound puts it up and no good, but a foul. So Mitchell Robinson will head to the free throw line.
Mitch shooting like what, under 40% from the line? Not good.
Something.
This would be a good time for him to knock down two big free throws. Coming into the half and a good run.
To be honest, Dylan, I usually expect one. He's a 36% free.
I always look for one of two out of Mitch, but
yeah,
it'd be nice if he could knock down both. Keep the momentum going, but I don't think he will.
Mitchell Robinson misses the first. And again, the problem was it's a line drive shot.
Yeah, he needs to work on that. He needs to work on the arc. And we see all the offseason videos of him working on shooting and all that, but we don't see it much in game.
Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line, 2 minutes 18 to play. He knocks down a free throw. Oof.
According to Christian Winfield, Middleton got a tooth knocked out. So that's unfortunate.
Lillard hands to Giannis, back to Lillard. Lillard defended by Anunoby. Giannis defended by Hart. He's at the high post. Giannis, one-on-one versus Hart. Giannis driving. Giannis inside and a foul.
Did Giannis not travel right there? Looked like he kind of took an extra step.
And it's a foul on Hart, but I'd like to see the replay. He probably did, but
looks like he kind of shuffled his feet a little bit. I could be wrong, but from my vantage point, it looked like he did a little.
I know he did on the last turnover, I believe, but
there
are times where they just don't call on him. Giannis I think he averages more free throws than Brunson. That's blatantly obvious, especially with this game. Giannis at the line, he misses. Barber says, I can't take Mitch anymore. The only rebounds he gets are off missed his own layups. True. He does. He's very key with the rebounding and defense. Obviously, he's not 100%, but the free throws kill me. Which is that's always been a weak point in his career. Not even average. Giannis misses both, tipped up in the air, and it's taken by the Bucks.
Gotta get that rebound.
Lillard off the screen. Lillard driving. Lillard stripped, taken, and we will have ball is stripped again. A foul is called.
You did not want to foul him there. He's on the ground and the shot clock is winding down. That is a bad foul. That's a really bad foul, actually.
Tom Thibodeau upset. We'll watch the replay. So it's stripped. Yeah, right across the chest. I'm not for soft contact, but I know Mitch is going for the ball. But
he should not have been reaching for the ball right there. He shouldn't have. There's no reason.
If anything, he gets up and you pressure him.
There was 1 second on the shot clock. I don't even think he'd have time to get up. You did not.
Lillard knocks down the first, and he's a pretty efficient free throw shooter. So you did yourself even worse. Lillard 2 of 5 from the field, but 8 of 9 from the free throw line, and he knocks down the second. Knicks down 5. DiVincenzo has it. DiVincenzo driving, kicks back to Brunson. Brunson, three-pointer on the way. Shot is up. It is no good. Rebound, Giannis. Giannis one-on-one, gives back to Connaughton, back to Giannis. Giannis calling for a screen. And
Mitch.
right.
Mitch.
Thibodeau not happy with the call. I don't know if that was, I guess it was contact on Lopez or contact on Lopez by Robinson. So Lopez will go to the free throw line. Not much, doesn't really take a lot of free throws, as most of his work is done on the perimeter as a spot up 5 point, as a spot up 5 as he knocks down the free throw. Lopez an 82% free throw shooter though.
And all by himself in the studio. Just like he likes it. All the candy goes to him. Meanwhile, Lopez, Damian Lillard, first year obviously playing with Lopez, said that he can't. He's one of the best.
Lopez knocks down the free throw. Knicks down 7. They were once down 3, but 2 bad fouls by Mitchell Robinson have since expanded the deficit. Brunson one-on-one. Brunson. Screen from DiVincenzo, gets now a screen from Hart. Gives to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo against Connaughton, his former teammate. DiVincenzo, nice pass. And Hartenstein, not fouled. I thought he hit his head, but guess not.
A lot of contact there.
Lillard, Connaughton, Giannis. Giannis inside, kicks back to Lopez. Lopez up fake. Lopez driving. Floaters up. Floaters good. Over Anunoby. Deficit has grown to 9.
Able to connect. He's got 9 points, and the lead is back up to 9.
DiVincenzo hands off to Hart. Hart looking for a man to pass to. Hart gives back to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo hands to Hartenstein. 10 to shoot. Hartenstein fakes. Hands to Brunson. Brunson loses it, and it's stolen. Up ahead, here comes Giannis. Giannis in the drive. Giannis stripped, and it is out of bounds on Giannis. I'm sorry, Anunoby that time, so it will be Bucks ball.
Yeah, Luca getting on the floor a couple of times here. You think the Bucks aren't feeling it? Losing the last 3 games the way they lost them, to whom they lost them. They've got to try harder, play harder. They're leading the way. 36.9 remaining here in the second quarter.
Bucks looking to inbound. It is Lillard. Also on the floor is Green, Connaughton, Giannis, and Lopez. Giannis inside, misses. Here come the Knicks. Here comes DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo inside, kicks to Hart. Hart fakes, gives back to DiVincenzo. Up fake, double teamed, looking, and it's stolen. Treacherous possession by the Knicks.
It's easy for teams to not pay attention to Hart when he refuses to put anything up.
About a 1 second differential between shot clock and game clock. 59-50. Lillard goes to his right. Lillard double team, switches back to Green. Green driving. Green fakes. Green pull-up jumper from the mid-range. Rattles in. It is 1.1 to go. 61-50. Knicks trying to get a shot up. Here's Hart. Hart at the horn. And he does not get it off in time as the Knicks are down 11 with halftime to come. First half ends. And not an ideal end to the half for the Knicks with Mitchell Robinson fouls and all that. But that is halftime. So I'll get your first thoughts, man, on the first half. Like, what do you think we did well? What do you think we can continue to do better?
Well, things they did well, I mean, there wasn't a lot, but I did think they were forcing some tough shots from Milwaukee. But, there were a lot of things that they could have done better, and namely the fouls. I thought they were fouling way too much at the end of that half. And offensively, I feel like nobody outside of Brunson has really gotten into a rhythm, and you're not going to win many games doing that way. I mean, looking at the box score, Brunson has about half their points with 23. You're not going to win many games when you're just relying on Brunson the entire time. Yes, him carrying has been, helping us a lot, but he can't carry you every single game. You need to get the other guys to contribute a little bit, namely guys like Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, guys like that. DiVincenzo only had 6 points in the half, was 2 of 7. Josh Hart was 1 of 7. OG Anunoby was 1 of 5. Those are the guys you need to contribute and get you a lot of points in this situation. And right now they have provided very little. They've provided very little, and I think that they really need to get something going offensively. That the lack of spacing is really hurting them, and they're missing Julius Randle more than ever right now. They really are. So those are some of my main takeaways from this first half.
Absolutely, they're missing his aggression 100%, and obviously
not just his aggression, but his shot creation too. His ability to put the ball on the deck and actually, create open looks for other guys, draw the double teams. That stuff gets overlooked, I feel like, a lot, but it's a big reason why the Knicks offense was so free flowing in that January. That's why.
Definitely, definitely. And it's not like OG Anunoby's played well offensively. He had a nice tip in. I don't think he's made a 3-pointer yet.
Nope.
Donnie DiVincenzo's out there. He's been so-so. Brunson's been
Yeah.
basically the carrier. He's trying to carry the team on his back. Again, you mentioned it many times. Josh Hart is just not looking to shoot. He
And I
made
don't
like
know if the
maybe
wrist
one
injury is
shot.
still bothering him, and that's why, but it's hurting the Knicks. It
Yeah.
is because, and I respect Josh Hart a lot for playing through an injury, but, the lack of spacing and the unwillingness to shoot, it's hurting them because they've had like 0 clean looks, especially in the perimeter for most of this game. So, something needs to be adjusted. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it means you give Bogey some more minutes in the second half. I don't know if you go smaller in the second half and try to do that. Something though. There's got to be something. It's hard to go smaller against these guys though because they're a big team. Giannis, Portis, Lopez, all those guys. It's a tough situation for the Knicks. They're in a bit of a predicament here. I think really the only way they're gonna be able to come back in this one is if they can really just get into a rhythm, get hot coming into the half, and really just keep their foot on the gas. Because right now they haven't got much out of anyone not named Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, one thing to note as well is obviously you mentioned this. Chris Middleton will be out for the game, so maybe the Knicks, make that adjustment. Say, you know what, we're going to put Deuce. We're going to put, maybe Dante at the 3, possibly, because I could see the Bucks going with a 3-guard kind of lineup. Middleton is your, I guess, prototypical shooting guard, but he's playing the small forward. So obviously, you have Lillard, you have Beasley. I don't know. They could throw probably Connaughton at the 3. So you could make that change. You could make that adjustment to their adjustment with the injury to Chris Middleton. So that is something like to open up the floor. I definitely think, you need that kind of adjustment. And, we love Josh Hart, the energy he brings. But again, as you said, there is no spacing on the floor. They are not expecting him to shoot. They are doubling DiVincenzo. They are doubling Jalen Brunson. They're basically clogging their lanes for penetration, their lanes to shoot, all that. The Knicks are only shooting 37% from the field, which is not acceptable. And they're 4-14 from 3, which is not really acceptable either. So you need guys like DiVincenzo to step up. You need Josh Hart to step up in a way in which he can make an impact. Same thing for OG Anunoby. Mitchell Robinson had a couple of bad fouls. Precious Achiuwa didn't look as good. Hartenstein's been okay. I think he's been fine. But you just need production of guy, mainly from guys outside of Jalen Brunson and Bogdanovich, at least off the bench, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
But what's up to Max? He says, "Sup, guys? See what I mean right there?" Barbara was talking about the Mitch's fouls. I think Mitch has outstayed his usefulness on the team. Barbara's obviously not a fan of Mitch, but yeah, like not Brunson, I'm sorry. Mitch, drafted by the Knicks in 2018. I think he's a very good player. I think he's like really underrated defending the rim. Problem is he's injury prone. So the Knicks were the best team in January where they were cooking. It was funny because with this injury and whatnot, and I was, somebody's like, the best time. This was a very harsh anti-Randall critic, and he was like, the best time to, the injury showed that the best time to trade Randall was in January. I'm like, actually, I have my own thoughts on Randall, but to be fair, that team was kind of cooking in January. Like they could have only went up. They beat the 76ers. What was it, by almost 40 points? They beat the Timberwolves, who were
The
a
Denver
top
Nuggets too.
Nuggets. Like they weren't just beating scrub teams; they were beating the best of the best, and
by a lot too.
A lot
Blowing
too.
them out.
And it's not like, they were just this elite offensive team. They were elite on both sides of the ball. Like OG Anunoby, that whole lineup with Hartenstein, Julius Randle, Donnie DiVincenzo, Anunoby and Brunson, let alone was like Anunoby, like you saw the stats. He was like a plus 294 with the Knicks in the lineup. The Knicks in that run, I don't remember their record in January per fact, but it was like they only had like 2 or 3 losses that month.
It was 14-2, I believe, or
yeah, that
15-2.
makes sense.
It was something like that, and it was incredible, And they've only lost 3 games when OG Anunoby plays,
Realistically,
So
yes.
It's been great. I personally in the offseason, I feel like they're going to, I don't see them trading Randall in the offseason. I know some people think so. I don't see them doing it. What I think they're going to do, they're going to try to sign OG back. They'll try to bring Hartenstein back, and then they're just going to run it back. They didn't get enough games they didn't get to really see enough games with a fully healthy squad to really get a good picture of how it would play, in a playoff setting. I feel like they want to give that an opportunity before they make a rash decision and make a splash for someone that would alter the entire roster. Unless like a guy like Joel Embiid became available, then maybe I'd be for it. But I'm not gonna trade everything for a guy like I don't know, like a Mikal Bridges. Like that's not happening.
No.
I'm not. There are some fans that still want him for some reason, and the same thing with Karl Anthony Towns, and I want nothing to do with either of those guys. So
And I know that a lot of fans also have been mentioning Donovan Mitchell, in which, the reports are coming out saying, he's basically gone from Cleveland unless they want to go on to a finals run, which I don't think is going to happen. But, and
I don't see why Cleveland would work a trade with the Knicks. I don't see
no,
why they would do it. Just like how I don't see the Nets making a move with the Knicks for Bridges, I don't
right.
see Cleveland making a move with the Knicks for Mitchell. It just doesn't make sense. I don't see why they would do it. I don't. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean?
completely agree.
It's to a point where some may be setting unrealistic expectations. I understand the want for superstar talent. Just trust me, I want it more than anybody else. But
Oh, yeah,
we got to be realistic with ourselves here and see like what our trading partners are. What are the odds that the Nets and the Knicks do a trade? When was the last time they did a trade? What is the odds that that's going to happen?
exactly.
Things like that. Like I'm just putting into retrospect here because like
Oh, of course.
I don't know some fans I feel like are setting the bar a little too high and
No,
a
it's
little bit
understandable.
unrealistic.
No, I completely agree with you. And and obviously name chasing's been a thing, for the next few years, but it hasn't been so much with this regime in particular. But obviously another name that was previously mentioned, I think his name is long gone in, trade talks. I don't think they can even discuss him is Zach LaVine, who's been nonstop injured. And plus he's a
Yeah, and as
liability
they shouldn't.
defensively.
He's on a ridiculous contract, so
That yeah, that contract is terrible.
they
And
should they shouldn't it shouldn't even be a conversation to be
no.
honest.
And like I know my co-host John was like trying to convince me, like, okay, what about Joel Embiid? I'm like, okay, you know what? With the way I was watching some basketball videos, I'm like, okay, with the way Nick Nurse is using him, if Tom Thibodeau could watch the film and say, you know what, this is what I want him to do offensively, okay. But that honestly, dude, that injury to that injury, that meniscus injury to Embiid again just shut the door for me because he's had way too many knee injuries. And we know Tom Thibodeau plays guys a lots of minutes, and you're just going to wear him down. So
And,
he's
and
like that kind of injury.
And I'll put it this way too. I know the Knicks have a bunch of first round picks, and you don't want to just stockpile picks for no reason. I get that, and I get that you want to use those either in the draft or in trades. I understand that, and they got to be used at some point. Yeah, absolutely. But I also don't want them to just make a trade for the sake of making a trade.
Oh, absolutely.
And
It's
it's
got you
clear
got
too that this team is good at making some negotiations. Because think about it, we got OG Anunoby, Bojan Bogdanovic, Burks, and Achua without giving up a first round pick.
Mhm.
All of those guys without giving up a single first round pick. We still have all of our first round picks. You know what I mean? I don't want them to just, send out 4 first round picks for Donovan Mitchell or something like that and it ends up not working because then that's going to set us back again. And
Right.
I understand I understand Knicks fans are, impatient to win and stuff like that. I totally get it because the team's been bad for as long as we know. But you'd also want to make sure you want to see what you can get out of this squad because I think the squad
Absolutely.
at full strength here can do something. I do, especially as long as Jalen Brunson continues to progress as a player. Julius Randle was having the best season of his career, arguably, before he got hurt. Who knows what he'll do next year when he's healthy? Who knows if you do, in fact, bring back OG, how he'll play in a full season with the Knicks? DiVincenzo's only going to get better. These guys, Deuce McBride, too. A lot of these guys are going to get better. We're a young team. We're not like the youngest team in the league, but we're a young team. We don't have aging veterans that are clogging up roster spots
Right.
anymore. This isn't the 2022 team where you had Kemba and Fournier, 2 aging vets taking up the backcourt.
Yeah.
We have guys that are going to produce and get better over time. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it's the right idea to just give up on it after one season and,
Mhm.
trade a bunch of assets for a guy that, while it may be cool to have, maybe having a guy like Mitchell will be cool and it'll sell out the arenas and all that. And maybe
Yeah, of
we'll win a lot of
course.
games, but you got to be sure that it would really elevate you to title contention because you got to think about who you'd have to give up in a trade like that.
Absolutely.
You add a piece, but you're going to subtract somebody. And if you make a trade like that, that means you're getting rid of Randall probably. So you got to think about how it's going to work. You
Yeah.
have to consider that. You can't just go, oh, let's go get Mitchell and let's build a super team.
This is
I
not
wish it
2K.
worked that way. Exactly. It's not 2K. I wish it worked that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't. It does not, especially in this day and age where trade prices are so expensive.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
And another thing is with Randall, obviously, I brought up somebody mentioning they wanted to trade him. They're not trading Randall this offseason because, what would you get for him? A, B, well, B kind of revolves around A because, he got injured. He's out for the season. He's not going to be healthy for the first few months. Like, why would a team want that? And, he's a free agent in 2025, realistically, because he got that 4-year extension a few years ago. And, I think there's still a chapter to, like, I don't think Randall's career in New York is done. And I've been critical of him in the playoffs because he hasn't played well his first, 2 playoffs, to be fair. Obviously, Randall, against Atlanta, number 1 option. He's not that. Randall Randall fared a little bit better, obviously playing better against Cleveland. And he had like a select 1 or 2 good games against Miami. But I still think there's a bit of an open book because, the keys are in Randall and Brunson's hands now. And they have guys who can fit along with them. Like RJ Barrett, to be fair, and I was arguing with people this on Twitter, as much as, he was a franchise face, hoping all that, this, and this. Anunoby plays what Anunoby and Donnie DiVincenzo do well what RJ can't. They are consistent. They can play off the ball. They also are very consistent shooters. So Randall win double team. Okay, I'm going to find DiVincenzo in the corner. I'm going to find Anunoby in the corner. So it's not like, it's 3 ball handlers once again. Like if Randall, when he faces those double teams, he's going to pass now. He's going to be more open to passing. So that's another thing. And another thing I was just to make sure is Alec Burks is actually a free agent this summer. So the Knicks could possibly, draft somebody to be in his position. But
which I highly expect him to do. Expect him to do. I don't see why they would bring Burks back.
Yeah. And another thing is obviously I'm sure the Knicks will be limited on cap space somewhat and reasonably so because they have to re-sign 2 of their biggest players. But I'm just interested to be, this is obviously an off-season conversation. Who would be the backup point guard? Because to me, I don't think Deuce is a point guard yet. He's improved offensively. That dude can hit a mid-range shot, pull up mid-range shot like nothing. He shoots the 3-ball well. He can cut, but I don't think he knows how to facilitate. That's my only gripe with him. And defensively, he's obviously a monster.
No, yeah, definitely. It's definitely a conversation to think about as we, approach that point.
Barbara says we need Giannis. I don't think Giannis is leaving Milwaukee. Listen, he won his championship.
And if he would leave Milwaukee, he will not come here.
No, I don't think so. And like Giannis, they're all in move to obviously get Giannis to stay. They traded away Jrue Holiday to the Celtics, which has obviously worked out for Boston. But Lillard was their all-in move. It's like, okay, Giannis, you could stay. They also threw him a bunch of money, obviously, because he is a superstar. So it makes all the sense in the world for him to stay, not so much to go. I like Randall. I wouldn't trade him unless in a blockbuster for Giannis, not a lateral move. No, you don't trade Randall in a lateral move. You don't.
Agreed.
I mean, three-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA.
Randall deserves his respect, and not even just Randall. Brunson and Randall deserve respect as a duo. I know they're coming out of the half, so we can save that for those conversations for another time. But now we can focus back on this game, and they really need to get going right away. They need to get going right away because if they're already in a hole. So if they get off slow and get into a deeper hole, find themselves down by 20, it won't look good.
So if I'm their 3 is going to be Pat Connaughton, but DiVincenzo has it at the top, looking to pass. He finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking for handoff, 9 to shoot. DiVincenzo drives to the basket, finds Hartenstein's floater's up. Floater is bouncing around and good. So the Knicks get off to a nice start with the score.
Good floater right there.
Lillard, one-on-one, going left off the screen. Lillard dumps to Giannis. Giannis kicks out to Lopez. Lopez fakes, gives back to Giannis. Giannis defended by Anunoby. Giannis driving to the basket. Giannis inside, kicks to Connaughton. Connaughton, open three-pointer. Shot is no good. Rebound, Hart. Here come the Knicks to push. Here comes Hart. Hart, one-on-one, gives to Anunoby. Anunoby versus Lillard. Anunoby trying to expose him off the dribble. Nice little spin move. Knocks down the jumper. He got Lillard to fall, and he does a spin move, fade away from the basket. Knicks have scored 4 points in just 1 minute.
Good shot there by Anunoby, and that's when you want to see from him. You want to see him get going.
Giannis against Anunoby gives back to Lillard. Lillard against DiVincenzo gives back to Giannis. Maybe some help defense here. Giannis step back 2. Shots no good. Rebound Hart. His second rebound of the quarter. He's going to push now. Hart on the drive. Hart looking. Passes. Finds Anunoby. Walks into a three. Shot's no good. Rebound Giannis. Giannis coming on an Anunoby. Gives off to Lillard. Lillard fakes. Lillard one-on-one. Step back three-pointer. Shot's no good. Rebound by Hart. Bad shot selection from the Bucks. Here come the Knicks. Brunson drives. Shot is up and shot is good. And the foul. What a start for the Knicks to start the half.
Woohoo. And just like I said, they had to come out good. They had to come out with a good start here to the half, and that's exactly what they've done so far. And they've put some pressure on the Bucks. Cut it to 5 just like that. They're a lot more aggressive on both ends, too, I've noticed, coming into this half. A lot more aggressive. Willing to take more shots, willing to move around more, and are way more active on defense.
Brunson misses the free throw. Knicks down 5 as this was tipped out by Hartenstein, so the Knicks will be back on defense.
I feel like Brunson struggled a lot on his free throws lately.
Beasley one-on-one against Hart. Gives back to Giannis. Giannis defended by Anunoby. Gives back to Lopez. Lopez defended by Brunson. Nice pass to Giannis. Giannis inside, but a foul on the floor. It was on the entry pass, so the Milwaukee Bucks will inbound it. This is true, Jacob. This is, rumor has it, I have not looked into any prospects, but it's been very much graded as one of the weakest.
It is. It is definitely very weak.
Beasley, and shot is good from Beasley as he comes around the curl. It is 64-56.
It's a good play design by the Bucks.
Hart looking for a man. He finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein looking. Gives back to Brunson. Brunson around the curl. Brunson driving the basket. Fakes. And does not draw the foul. Pass is tipped and stolen. Here come the Bucks. Bucks in transition. Giannis on the drive. Giannis inside. And a foul is called.
You knew Brunson wasn't going to get that call. And honestly, rightfully so. He tried to sell contact right there. I've noticed with the league's cracked. It seems like the league has cracked down on these types of fouls or attempted fouls by guys like Brunson. It seems like they've been doing it. You know, the game's been a lot more physical over the past month or so. You can see it. I mean, from a basketball standpoint, it is a better viewing experience. But obviously, as a Knicks fan, I wish that we would get the favorable calls. But you know, I also look at it from the objective eye, not the subjective. So.
Of course. And there's obviously there's creativity with drawing fouls, but, you know, just the offensive player banging into a defender's body is just not, it just doesn't buy it for me, honestly.
No.
That's not like just in general. That's not creativity. That's just, you know, banging to somebody. Like, to me, Brunson's not going to draw that call because you saw Connaughton and Lopez were vertical. It's not like, you know, he got one of them to jump.
It's a good no call. As much as Knicks fans are likely going to complain about it on Twitter, it was a good no call. Looking at the replay again.
66-56, Knicks once again down by 10 as Donnie DiVincenzo will bring it up. DiVincenzo gives off to Brunson. Brunson looking for man. He finds DiVincenzo back to Hart. Hart gives back to Brunson. Guard screen. Now Brunson is set up going left. Gives to Hartenstein. Hartenstein looks, finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo drives to the basket, kicks out Anunoby. 5 to shoot. Anunoby drives. Anunoby fakes. Kicks out DiVincenzo. Quick trigger 3. Knocks it down. Dante DiVincenzo from the corner. And the Knicks have now decreased their deficit to 7.
Nice little pocket pass from Anunoby there, too.
Lillard. 1-on-1 versus DiVincenzo. Giannis has the mismatch. Giannis has been going at Anunoby all night. Giannis, 1-on-1. Handoff to Lillard. Lillard fakes. Almost could have been a travel, and it is a travel.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a travel. Definitely a travel.
Doc Rivers is like, oh, I got to go take a seat. 8 turnovers for the Bucks, 6 for the Knicks. Brunson has the ball handling duties. He will go left. Brunson driving on Lillard. Lopez in help defense in the drop. Brunson backing down Lillard. Help defense there is deflected out of bounds by Beasley.
Now the Bucks seem to tighten up their defense.
They're a little more aggressive in the help. Now, obviously, they're playing Lopez and drop, but you saw Beasley come over and playing in the gaps. Devo hands to Brunson. Brunson defended by Connaughton. Screen coming from Hartenstein. Brunson drives, gives to Hartenstein. Floater's up. Floater is good from Hartenstein.
That little floater is just automatic. It's automatic.
Lillard, 1-on-1 versus DiVincenzo. Lillard drives. Lillard kicks to the corner. Giannis, open three, misses. Rebound taken. It's same team as Hartenstein corrals it. Here comes DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo 1-on-1. DiVincenzo hands to Brunson. Brunson, three-pointer on the way. Bang! Jalen Brunson from downtown. The Knicks are within two.
Good shot. There we go. Now they're right back in it. I think this is the closest they've cut the deficit in quite a while.
It is
14-5 run to start the half. Like I said, get out to a good start in the half, and good things will happen. And so far, good things are happening.
Yeah,
Putting a lot of pressure on a Bucks team that's now finding themselves shorthanded all of a sudden. So,
absolutely. And to me, it feels like as well, Dylan, that it's not just Brunson taking the offensive production. You see, Anunoby might be making a nice skip past DiVincenzo for three. You have Isaiah Hartenstein with his floaters. So it's not just, one man doing the job. Now that it's more the scoring is more spread out.
And that's another thing I touched on at the halftime too. That the other guys need to start contributing and get something going, and that's what we're seeing. Like you mentioned, the Anunoby pass, the mid-range he hit too, the floaters from Hartenstein. The only thing I want to see is I still want to see more from Hart, but I do like the fact that he's got 8 rebounds, 6 assists. So he is, doing stuff on some parts of the floor, but I would also like to see him be aggressive too. Maybe draw some fouls inside because we know how good of a finisher he is. Maybe it opens up the floor a little bit, even take some threes. I understand he's still playing with the injury, so I get that there's some hesitancy, but you still want him to be confident because if he loses his confidence, then he's going to become a liability out there. So.
All right.
Those are just some things I want to see differently, but I can't be too mad at the start so far.
Barber says just call it both ways. They let Miami play football against the Knicks, but never foul them. That's true. I have my own thoughts on Miami, but I'm not going to go into it. I have my own thoughts, but you're right, Barbara. It's again, I mentioned the foul that Brunson kind of leaned his body into Connaughton while Connaughton was standing up being vertical. Like if you're going to call that, if you're going to leave that as a no call on the Knicks, do it for the same for the other opponent. It's consistency and officiating. That's all NBA fans ask for. If you're gonna let one team flop, do the other team. Barbara says chip away. That's what we're doing right now, Barbara. It's better without Mitch in there. Well, Hartenstein's done the job. He has a little bit of a floater, which kind of makes him a threat.
I'll put it this way about Mitch because it seems like Mitch has become a hot talking point right now. I like him as a player, but I do think Hartenstein is such a significantly better fit in the starting lineup just for the fact that he can space the floor. And it's weird that I say it because it's not like he shoots threes, but he can pass very good. He's also got that floater game.
He's versatile.
He knows his spots too. He knows where to be on the floor. You could argue he's more mobile on the defensive end, even though I think Mitch is the overall better defender. I think Hartenstein's mobility on that end is also impactful. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you need the premier rim protection, that's what you have Mitch for. But Hartenstein has done the job on that end too. So that's how I think of it.
He's going to earn himself a bag in the upcoming offseason.
He's going to get a good payday, and hopefully it's from us. I personally want him to pay him.
Connaughton drives. Lopez looking for man. Gives back to Lillard. Lopez screen. Double team. Gives back to Lopez. Lopez fakes. Lopez inside. Throws up what kind of shot was that? But Brunson is upset that it's a foul.
Wow.
That looked like a bailout.
Yeah, that's a bailout call. I personally do not like it when the officials reward bad shots. I do not like it. I don't like it.
Because Lopez, you saw, was tied up a little bit. You had two smaller guards on him trying to distract him. They had Giannis covered in the dunker spot, and Lopez just throws up a weird shot. And as Rasheed Wallace once said, the ball don't lie as he misses the first free throw. Lopez, as I mentioned earlier, around an 82% free throw shooter. Lopez at the line. He knocks it down, so it's now a 3-point game instead of a 2-point game.
At least it's still within one possession.
Absolutely. Can be done. Brunson, 1-on-1 versus Beasley. Beasley playing up. Brunson driving left. Brunson driving. Brunson double team. Brunson looking for a man. He kicks to Hartenstein. Floater up. Floater good. We just talked about Hartenstein. Puts up another floater. It's a 1-point game.
Yep. And that's why he's so valuable to have out there.
Lillard is not fouled. He takes a bad shot. Knicks can take the lead on this possession. Brunson, one-on-one versus Connaughton. Left to the screen. Brunson drives. Brunson, one-on-one versus Connaughton, retreats to the three-point line. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Brunson kicks. DiVincenzo drives. DiVincenzo fakes. Inside is stripped, but fouled. So DiVincenzo will go to the line for 2. As they're showing a quick flashback of Dick Barnett, who has been recently inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, actually.
Shout out Dick Barnett. Clyde had leaked it, in that broadcast.
Yes, he did.
But now it's officially announced, so love to see that.
DiVincenzo ties the game at 67. Can the Knicks take the lead? DiVincenzo knocks down the free throw. The Knicks are in the lead, 68-67. Let's see if they build upon this.
Is this their first lead of the game?
I don't think so. You have to go like early on. I think they're in the lead for like maybe a possession or 2.
Yeah.
Connaughton against Brunson. Connaughton, one-on-one, looking for a man, driving right off the screen, gives back to Lopez. Lopez defended nicely by Hartenstein. Lopez driving, and a turnover, or is it a foul? And looks like it's a turnover. I think they're going to call Lopez for traveling.
Yep, it is a turnover. A palming. You don't see that. You do not see that. Yeah.
Brunson, one-on-one. Brunson driving against the drop coverage. Brunson fade away. Shots no good. Tipped up in the air. Taken by Giannis. Giannis driving ahead. Giannis, mid-range, gives back to Lillard. Lillard defended by Hartenstein. Sure, the Knicks will try to switch it up. Giannis driving on Anunoby. Giannis spins. Giannis inside. Loses it. And it's stolen by DiVincenzo, his former teammate. Here comes Hart. Hart to Hartenstein. Hartenstein inside. And puts it in. Timeout, Milwaukee.
Hartenstein making a big difference right now so far.
I'm glad we name dropped him. I'm glad we name dropped him.
Yep.
Knicks up by 3. As you said, how many times Hartenstein, he's not a space shooter in terms of a three-point shooter, but just that little floater, that little post-up game, the little bit of passing that he does, I'm glad the Knicks.
It's the little things, because look at how much of a difference it's making right now. The fact that he's able to run down the floor like that, keep up with the rest of the other guys, make plays on both ends, making a big difference. It's a big reason why we're up right now.
And back to the conversation we were having about Hartenstein getting his money. He's probably going to earn like $13, $14 million a year, and he's probably due for that, to be honest. But you can also add in that, what the Knicks signed to, like $6 to $8 million AAV for 2 years. This is steal.
No, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Like
he's gonna get a payday for sure over the summer, and you know what? It's well deserved. The past season and a half, he's played very, very well. We know he kind of struggled when he first came over last season, but, ever since the second half of last season, he's been really consistent. There hasn't really been many games where I'm sitting there going like, dang, Hartenstein really stunk today. Hasn't been that many.
So the annual average annual value was $8 million. 2 years, $16 million. So he's way outperformed expectations.
Yeah, he's sure to make more of that. And I don't know if you read the Hoops Hype article that he had interviewed for, but he had said he wishes to come back. He wants to.
Absolutely.
They asked him about it too, and they asked him, if the money matches up with other teams, would he come back here? And he said yes. Obviously, team players are going to say all these types of things that, I want to come back, this, that, but it sure seems like he enjoys being here. So
it's very genuine, and the fans love him.
Yeah,
the fans absolutely adore him, and
seems like he really enjoys it. And rightfully so. It seems like this is one of the best fits for him as a player. He's been on a few teams in his career. He played on the Rockets, he played on the Cavs, and of course the Clippers, as a lot of us know. Pretty sure he had a short stint in Denver as well. He's played on a fair share of teams in his NBA career. It doesn't feel like it because he's been around for a while, and this has been the best fit he's had so far.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, it's funny. Like Hartenstein actually learned his passing from Jokic, which is phenomenal. But
that short stay in Denver really paid off.
Absolutely. And he's not a stretch four. You don't really stretch 4 or 5. You don't need him to be. It's just like he's just so impactful. Like you literally can make an argument for the lesser teams like Charlotte, just as one, maybe Detroit. He could start on those teams and he would not be a bad center. But
Yep.
we are back to action as Hartenstein's defending Portis. Giannis driving to the paint. Giannis inside gets it up to go. No foul there, as Brunson might have hurt his hand or something, but he's will walk up the floor. Bucks did get the matchup they wanted on the perimeter. So Hart has it against Jay Crowder. He's going to give off to Hartenstein. Hartenstein gives off to Brunson. Double team. Nice pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein's floater is money. They are just letting him. They're playing in their drop coverage. He is dropping right into the paint. Knicks have 8 assists in the quarter, by the way. Portis hands to Giannis. Giannis backed him down. Turns, fires, and misses. Rebounded by Brunson. Brunson one-on-one. Brunson drives right into Crowder. Brunson one-on-one. Crowder, good defender. Brunson drives inside. Backer off the glass is good. Brunson not happy that he didn't get the call. Knicks up 5. Lillard going to his right. Double teamed. Kicks out. This is Giannis. Giannis in the mid-range stops his dribble, gives back to Crowder. Crowder driving baseline. Crowder inside. Shots no good. Tip up. It is good from Portis.
Jalen Brunson has 30 already. He might push it for 50 again.
We'll start at 40. I think he maybe gets to 50. We'll see. Hartenstein going to take him, do a little bit of dribbling his own, nearly lose it, gives to Anunoby. Anunoby is open for the gut. Inside reverse slam. Oh, we missed it. Tips up, no good. Rebounded by Portis. That was a missed opportunity by Anunoby. Lillard gives to Beasley. Beasley for 3. Shots no good. Tipped up. Giannis inside. Shot is altered, but timeout Knicks as he makes the basket. The lead has decreased to 1.
Good to see the Knicks are still putting lots of pressure on them.
Good timeout here by Tibbs. A little bit of second chance opportunities, but I think the one missed possession from Anunoby might hurt just for the bit second. Hopefully the Knicks can overcome it. To me is like, I don't know, like, again, Brunson does sacrifice his body a lot. Like, on those plays where Giannis gets the ball in the post and Anunoby opens up the baseline for him, don't you, like, is there any way that Brunson just, stands inside the lane and just tries to draw that charge?
When Giannis is driving in, man, I would be cringing if he tried to draw a charge on him.
It's like a complete freight train just running at
it. It's like when I watch Aaron Judge dive for a fly ball, I cringe. So
obviously Judge having the rib injury, but Giannis is he's as I think awful coaching put it. He's a great YouTuber. He is the greatest freight train in the NBA. There's no denial. He is the greatest freight train in the NBA. Quickness, he's got the body for it. Very quick, as I said, quick mover, and he's got the body for it, and has somewhat of a handle where he could do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Again, guys, if you're new here, please hit the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. We are live on Twitter. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. Knicks up 74-73 as I'm obviously joined here by Dylan Backer of Empire Sports Media. Does a lot of content. We put his Twitter up in the chat, so please follow him and check out his articles. Anyways, back to action. Josh Hart comes off the screen. Hart out. DiVincenzo open three-pointer, knocks it down. Donnie DiVincenzo does it again. Lillard hands to Giannis. Back to Lillard. Gives to Beasley. Beasley looking for a man. Beasley, defended by Brunson, gives back to Giannis. Giannis looking to hand off. He finds Lillard. Lillard double team. Lillard inside. Kicks. Bobby Portis takes his first three-pointer. Knocks it down. Brunson will bring it up. Mitchell Robinson, the new substitution for the Knicks. The rest of the starting lineup out there remains intact. Brunson gives to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo looks like Bucks are going to a zone. Brunson looking for man, finds Hart. Hart in the middle of the zone, defended by Giannis. Easy mismatch. Hart fakes. Hart inside. Draws the contact, and he is fouled by Giannis.
Good pump fake by Hart.
Giannis is
Giannis up in
red
the air.
hot at the referee. Hart, I think he's around an 80% free throw shooter, if I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere around that.
Hart at the line. He knocks down his first with the bounce. 77% to be specific or exact. Hart, 3 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. So he's
Hasn't been a premier offensive game, but he's doing it all on the other ends.
Hart knocks down both free throws. He, as we said, he does have those intangibles. Knicks up back by 3 as 2 free throws were made by Hart. Lillard goes left of the screen, driving on Robinson. Lillard inside. Shot is no good. Oh, how do you call that a... How do you call that? I'm going to swear here. How the fuck do you call that a foul that late? I'll tell you. This is what pisses me off. When the shot doesn't fall, they call a foul on these.
That's a bad call. That is.
I would 100%
bad whistle.
challenge that. I would 100% fucking challenge that. You have got to be kidding me. You see Robinson backing up. That's a ridiculous call. And Lillard knocks down the free throw. That's a terrible ass call.
That's crazy. That's a foul. Wow. I just seen the replay again. That's wow. Wow. All right.
I mean, obviously, if Lillard drawing the contact, but you saw Robinson was trying to get away from him. Was like, okay, I don't want to foul. But the fact that I hate it is when the shot is missed. Like some calls, like okay,
they wouldn't have whistled it if he made it.
Right.
They wouldn't have.
Knicks up by 1. DiVincenzo now into his zone. Pass nearly dangerous as Brunson has it. Brunson 1-1 versus Lillard. Brunson trying to take him off the bounce. Brunson backing him down. Sure help will come. Gives back. Hart takes a shot. Corner 3. Knocks it down. Talk about Josh Hart with the intangibles. Knocks down a corner 3-pointer.
It's a big one. And according to Fred Cass, that's the first one he's even taken in 3 games.
Lillard goes right by Robinson for the easy lay. Brunson hands to DiVincenzo. Knicks up by 2. DiVincenzo back to Brunson. Here comes the double off the zone. Brunson 1-on-1 versus Beasley. Anunoby trying to get a switch. Brunson switched on to Giannis. Not a favorable matchup. Brunson driving. Brunson inside lefty lay. Shot is good. He gets the bounce. Corner. This is Beasley. Beasley defended by Brunson. Kicks to Portis. Portis open 3-pointer. Knocks it down. Bobby Portis has been hot from the corner.
Bucks are staying in it despite the Knicks' relentless effort right now.
1:32 to play. Brunson has it. Gives to Hart. Hart driving. Hart inside. Back to Brunson. Brunson 3-pointer. Shot is no good, but a foul on a 3-point attempt.
That's huge. That is huge.
Malik Beasley, who's been mostly in foul trouble all game, gets his 4th. And a bad foul on that one.
That's Beasley's 5th personal. Wow.
And that is in his landing area. Now, the question is it a 2-point or a 3-point foul? That was awfully close to the line.
It's a 3-point foul. I think the question becomes if it's a flagrant, but I don't think they're going to do that.
It doesn't look like they're going to review it. It did look like one of those it is a landing spot foul because you saw Beasley's foot stick out and Brunson landed directly on it. Brunson knocks down the first. 1:25 to play.
Brunson up to 32.
Knocks down his second. But you're absolutely right, Dylan. 32 30-point games.
Just been phenomenal.
He is all we could have asked for.
Lock for all NBA. At this point, it's a matter of second team or third team.
I think you should get second team. I mean, I ideally would love first team, but I don't think that's going to happen. But
he won't make first team. I just realistically don't see that. But he definitely deserves consideration for it. But I think he lands second team selection, which will exceed my expectation because I predicted he would make third team All NBA.
Absolutely. Brunson cans all the free throws. A new sub for the Knicks, Bojan Bogdanovic, who was a steady scorer in the second quarter, trying to help the Knicks get back into it. But Knicks up by 4. They blitz Bill Lillard. Hart on Lillard, gives back to Portis. Portis driving, hands to Connaughton. Connaughton takes to Portis. Portis has been open the quarter. Portis fakes. Portis off the glass is good. Kind of took Mitchell Robinson by bounce there. And I think a big mistake, I'll tell you, for which Mitchell Robinson with his fundamentals, he falls for fakes way too often.
Mm-hmm. He has happy feet on defense. I've said it a lot, and I'll say it again. He's very rare is he actually set on defense. I feel like, he's a very good defender, but I feel like some of those little things can hurt them at times.
Kickball violation on the Bucks, as that could have been a nice little throw, or I should say pass from Hart to Robinson, but it was off, I think, of the leg of Jay Crowder. So Knicks will inbound with 14 to shoot.
It'd be nice if the Knicks can end this quarter with the lead.
Brunson looking, hands to Robinson. Robinson hands back to Brunson, defended by A.J. Green. Brunson driving to the basket. Brunson spins. Brunson's floater's up. Floater is no good. Tipped up in the air. Taken by Lillard. Lillard defended by Deuce McBride. 33 seconds to play in the third. Lillard going left, defended by Hart. Now blitzed. Lillard passes to Green, to Crowder. Back. Connaughton inside. Blocked by Robinson. What a clutch defensive play.
Wow. Great block. Fantastic block.
Coming from the weak side, Knicks will chew all of the clock. Brunson against Connaughton. 8 seconds to play here in the third. Brunson trying to get the switched on to Lillard. Brunson drives. Brunson inside. Shot is up. Shot is good from Jalen Brunson. 1.1 to play in the third. And Lillard will not even put up a shot at the buzzer.
There we go.
It's 89-85 in.
Jalen Brunson has 37 heading into the fourth. 50 is in reach. 50 points is in reach. I'm telling you, it can happen.
We are headed to the fourth quarter, folks. 89-85. Knicks are out in front after a nearly 10-point deficit. Jacob says Luca is Alex on another date with Kim Jones. I don't know. I think I saw him recently, but maybe he went out. Jacob says they did it last night in the Final Four. They wait to see if it goes in. If not, it doesn't go. They call it. I just don't get it with those foul calls. Like, if you're going to call it, just call it consistently, whether it's, whether the contact is hard enough to be a foul, whether the contact, if the shot, like, just don't make it semantical. Just call it. Make sure there's a consistent basis of what's called the contact and if the shot goes in and shot goes out, whatever. But just real quick, I just want to bring this in here real quick. Just give me 1 second.
Something worth noting, too, before you do so.
Sure.
Alex Burks still has not checked in. Looks like he's a healthy DNP.
To be fair, it's kind of deserved, but I'll go into
it. It is definitely deserved. I'm not going to act like it's not, but it's definitely something worth noting.
Yeah,
he had seen his minutes decrease a lot. I think he only played 3 minutes last game, but looks like he's booted entirely right now.
Can't say it's undeserved, but real quick, we are going to look at the upcoming games for the New York Knicks. All right, so obviously the Bulls tomorrow, the Nets, and then, the Nets, I should say Celtics and then the Nets. Who knows what the Celtics are going to play, but yeah, you know what? Even with, again, I like that decision, Dylan, because not only has McBride been playing his ass off, Burks has been terrible. And, Tibbs, we all know favors the vets, but even with a healthy Anunoby, I think that changed a lot. So it's like, okay, are we putting Burks in the rotation or are we going to put McBride in the rotation? And from what I've seen, I guess you could call it, it's a 9-man rotation right now what Tibbs is doing. And
Tibbs will never expand the rotation past 9.
No.
He would have done it. If he would have done it, he would have done it a while ago.
Exactly.
He's never going to do it. All the times we were injured, he still refused to do it. It's not going to happen. So Deuce McBride has played his way into that rotation spot, and it's well deserved. I'm happy for Deuce. It sucks to see that happen to Burks, but this is a business, and you are trying to win games. So
absolutely. All righty. So Giannis has the ball. He is doubled. Now it's switched on to Robinson. Giannis inside, couple of head fakes, shots no good. Good defense by Robinson, but does the tip in over Robinson. So once again, folks, we are heading into the non-Jalen Brunson minutes. Very critical.
Yep, these non-Brunson minutes, you got to try to stay in front or at very least keep it close.
Robinson hands to Bogdanovich, blitzed. Robinson has no off-the-dribble game, gives to Hart. Hart looking to dish. He finds Donate DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo pull up mid-range. Shot is in and out. Tipped out by Robinson. Knicks keep it. Gives back to McBride. McBride for three. Bang! Deuce McBride from downtown in the corner.
Big shot by Deuce. Big shot from Deuce. That is what you love to see.
92-87. Giannis blitzed. Gives to Connaughton. Connaughton defended by McBride. Gives to Giannis. Giannis drives to the basket. Giannis inside. Blocked by Robinson.
You know, we were talking about Mitch earlier, but ever since we did, he has really started to step up. 2 key defensive plays in the past 2 minutes of game action.
Again, coming over from that weak side, just with that block. Just great vision there.
Those 2 blocks he's gotten have been huge.
6 seconds to shoot. They will have. Bucks. Giannis driving in. Giannis inside. Blocked again by Robinson. Robinson will take it. Knicks have a 5-on-4. McBride comes up. McBride looking. Bogdanovich is wide open. They missed him in the corner. But McBride still has it. Dribbles, drives, inside. Giannis. Oh, what a finish from McBride.
7-point game now.
They missed Bogdanovich, but you know what? Credit to McBride for that powerful land. Portis, mid-range, no good. Tipped up in the air, taken by Crowder. Crowder, nice pass, stolen by McBride. Here he goes. McBride to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich looking for a man. Bogdanovich looking. He finds Anunoby. He's got the mismatch on Green. Anunoby in the mid-range. Nice pass inside. McBride puts up the shot. It is no good. Tipped up in the air, taken by Giannis. Crowder against McBride. Gives to Giannis. Giannis, one-on-one. Giannis fakes. Giannis nowhere to go. Gives back to Connaughton. Connaughton drives. Connaughton fakes. Gives back to Portis. Back to Connaughton. Connaughton puts it up. Tries to give to Green. Green, three-pointer on the way. Shots no good. Tipped up. Rebound by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich looking to pass. He drives. Single coverage against Portis. Gives back to DiVincenzo. 12 to shoot. Back to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich trying to get himself open. Bogdanovich pull up three-pointer. He knocks it down. Bojan Bogdanovich from downtown. Knicks up 10 with 9:21 to play.
Look at this turnaround. 21-point turnaround in the half. Phenomenal stuff right now from
Bogdanovich we traded for?
Right. That's the bogey we've been waiting for. He's putting in some solid minutes tonight. 4 of 6 with 11 points in that big 3.
Unbelievable. What a turnaround, as we said.
And this is all without Brunson on the floor, who's flirting with a 50-piece, which is more important.
And I'll tell you this, Dylan, it's Bojan Bogdanovich having his impact without Burks.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm going to look up the PBB stats or PBP stats because that's like a little website where you could, adjust combinations, tell which player is better with this player, like all different stuff. It's a really good website. So I'm going to go to my combinations real quick. I don't have the screen share for a reason because I have the scoreboard up. But let's look up this real quick because I want to see this. I'm going to throw in Burks and Bogdanovich. Now, I mentioned this on our Monday show. Like, they have not been obviously positive, net positives for the most part. I'm trying to get the stats right here. I wonder if, let's see. Let me try to restart it. But it seemed like, from reading the stats, it looked like Bogdanovich was more a positive by himself than with Burks. And there's a reason for that. We're seeing that right now. So it's a good coaching adjustment by Tibbs.
Definitely.
Let's see if I can find, again, I don't think I'll find the exact numbers because maybe they're just updating it through the game.
Yeah, the big thing, like I said, the big thing about this run so far is winning the non-Brunson minutes and doing this while Giannis is still out on the floor.
Right.
These are 2 huge things. Obviously, you're going to see Lillard check back in probably after this timeout. I would be kind of surprised if he doesn't. But, it's big that you're doing this right now without their star on the floor and while their star is on the floor. Big, big stuff. big stuff.
So the net rating is slightly better now. This is not updated with our current game, but the net rating is slightly better with Bogdanovic on the court and Burks off of the court. The three-point shooting is better. The field goal percentage is better. Obviously, the defensive numbers aren't as great because Bogdanovic is a liability, but we really haven't seen that in play today. But just a good performance by Bogdanovic. He's been very key in these Brunson minutes, as we've highlighted.
I've always said, too, it's kind of stunning that Bogey is as bad of a defender as he is because he is a big guy. 6'8".
Yeah.
Plays the wing. You would think he'd be a better defensive man than he is, but
he used to be really nimble back in like Indiana. I think he played a series or two against LeBron in the playoffs when he was the Pacers, and he was like he wasn't clamping LeBron, but he was like slowing him down. Like he's not as mobile, obviously, but he has that wingspan. He has that bulk. Lillard gives to Portis. Portis to Connaughton. Back to Portis. Back to Connaughton. 10 to shoot. Anunoby defending Lillard. Lillard looking to pass. Now he drives. Lillard fakes. Nice defense from Anunoby. Connaughton, tough shot. And it's in and out, rebounded by DiVincenzo. You talk about OG Anunoby's impact. He stopped the drive there from Lillard. McBride, double teamed. Finds Bogdanovic. Back to McBride. McBride finds Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic fakes. Little pump dribble. Fakes. Mid-range jumper. He's got it again. Bojan Bogdanovic with one hell of a game.
Bojan has really started to step up of late.
Lillard with the mid-range shot. It is back to 10 points.
Now let's see how they respond to that, though. Let's see how they respond.
DiVincenzo hands to McBride. Back to Robinson. Pass is deflected, and this will be out on Milwaukee. So Robinson had a little bit of a loose handle, but it was tipped out by either Portis or Pat Connaughton. Malik Beasley checks in. So does Jalen Brunson. So the Knicks got what they wanted out of the non-Brunson minutes. Now they will bench Deuce McBride, and they will keep Bojan Bogdanovic, who's been red hot, on the floor.
Yeah, you got to keep him out there. Even with the lack of defense, the amount of offense he's giving you right now, considering that everyone else except Jalen Brunson has not, you need him out there. You need him out there for this.
Brunson, 5 to shoot on Connaughton. Brunson passes DiVincenzo. Open three. Bang! Dante DiVincenzo from downtown.
There we go.
102.89 with 7:54 to play. Lillard drives.
DiVincenzo's another guy, like I said at the half, that I wanted to see heat up. He's up to 5 threes now.
Portis knocks down from 3.
The Bucks just won't go away. This is a pesky team. You have to keep them on your heels. Keep putting pressure.
Brunson goes left off the guard screen. Brunson switched on to Lillard. Lillard, a weak defender. Bojan is the mismatch, however. He passes back to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic fakes on the line. Misses. Rebound Giannis.
It's a tough shot from Bogey. Tough shot, but it was late in the clock.
Lillard doubled. Kicks back to Connaughton for 3. Shots no good. Rebound Robinson. Here come the Knicks. Here comes Brunson. Brunson drives. Brunson inside is... Ball is out of bounds. It is out on the Bucks. So no foul call, but the Knicks will have possession regardless. 18 to shoot for the Knicks.
It's really something to see just this Bucks team struggle to score since Middleton came out of this game.
Brunson in and out, but fouled. So he will go back to the line.
But yeah, as I was saying, like Middleton hasn't been in this game, and it's been a struggle for the Bucks. I personally didn't realize it was going to be this big of an impact. The Bucks obviously have arguably more talent on the floor, and it's kind of shocking right now to see them struggle this bad. But the Knicks have put pressure on Giannis and Damian Lillard at that. They haven't let any of their shooters open. They've done a nice job guarding that. It's been a good change. Nice little change here. And of course, they've kicked it up on offense too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think what the Knicks can do is they can hide their weakest defender in Connaughton. Connaughton's not a threat off the dribble. He can move around and shoot, but he's not a threat off the dribble. Brunson knocks down 2 free throws, and the Knicks are up 12.
So 21-point turnaround, if I did my math correct.
And Lillard is fouled on a 3-point attempt.
That's a bad call. I'm not going to lie to you, but
He's flailing up for the contact. I talked about it. If you're going to call it both ways, call it both ways. He's not like watch Lillard goes up. I just don't see a lot there. I really don't. But they're going to
There
let him
shouldn't
shoot
have
his
been a
free
whistle
throws.
there. I mean, maybe
Lillard,
Dante shouldn't have reached, but I don't think that should have been called either.
I agree. I think Dante was showing his hands in a defensive stance, trying to play Lillard. But again, it's just like I just don't like the up in the air motion. I hate that. I hate when they call that. But that's again, Lillard has a very good reputation, so he's going to get those calls. Let's be honest. So it is a 10-point game now, 6:54 to play. Lillard going to be back at the free throw line, second, and I looked this up, second in free throw percentage across the league behind Stephen Curry. And Lillard knocks down all three. It's down to single digits. Knicks will have to play some very critical minutes here. 104-95. Brunson brings it across the timeline. Switched on to Lillard. Robinson with a screen to the right. The drop coverage Bucks are in the drop. Brunson pull up three. Shots no good. Rebound Robinson tipped to Portis. Here comes Giannis. Giannis against Bogdanovic. Hell of a mismatch. Giannis drives. Giannis double teamed. Giannis kicks out to Portis. Portis catch and shoot three. Knocks it down. Timeout Tibbs.
That was a good contest by Mitch. Just a better shot by Portis. You need to call a timeout here.
Absolutely.
Needed that.
And I'm going
I will be right back in 2 seconds.
Got you. What's up to Valix Prime Sports? He says, come on, Knicks, I want to beat the Bucks so bad. We do too as well. Middleton's been on a slump lately. Yeah, and not only Middleton's been slumping, he's out for the rest of the game. He had a how they called mouth trauma, but he got hit in the mouth on a foul. So he's out for the game. And that's played a very much a big impact, Valix Prime Sports, because Middleton's a creator. Connaughton's not, who's taken in his role. So the Knicks now can hide their weakest defender on him. And what has happened as well, obviously, it was a once 12-point lead for the Knicks, now is to come down to 6 points. So the Knicks have been able to take advantage even in the non-Brunson minutes. So now it's all about closing it out. Obviously, Bobby Portis has been hot. Giannis is Giannis. Brook Lopez hasn't made much of an impact as to why he's not on the floor. Damian Lillard hasn't taken a lot of shots, but I didn't like the call in terms of the foul. But it's going to be a tight one. But yes, thank you, Valix Prime Sports, for your comments. As my co-host should be right back as we're looking at some MSG commercials. But the Knicks can pull this out. Obviously, some other scores across the NBA, more dealing so with the Knicks. Let's pull some stats. The Miami Heat lost to the Indiana Pacers 117-115. Cleveland Cavaliers lost 120-118 to the LA Clippers on a clutch block from Paul George. The Chicago Bulls lost to the Orlando Magic 113-98. So the Magic are out in front in the third seed. The Cavs continue to fall. So it is a crucial game for the next night in terms of their seeding. Valix Prime Sports says the Knicks need to stop rushing their shots, slow it down. I do agree with you because I thought Brunson on this last shot attempt he made, the last one he attempted, thought he rushed it as well. He was going off the pick and roll. I thought the shot was a little contested. I think he should have taken more advantage of the drop coverage that the Bucks were running. So it was a less than ideal shot from Brunson. I somewhat understand why he took it, but if you read fully in front of him, the Bucks were in their drop. He could have manipulated the drop and went into the mid-range jumper. So that's where we stand at right now.
Something I want to touch on too, coming out of the timeout. I wonder what they're going to do defensively. Do you consider putting someone like Mitch onto Giannis? Anunoby onto Portis. Do you consider something like that? Do you even have Anunoby guard Lillard even? Before he starts to heat up. These are some big defensive things they're going to have to consider.
Absolutely.
You don't want him to start heating up from outside. Bobby Portis he's on a heater. He's 4 or 5 from downtown. He's got 24. You probably want to get some size on him, but someone that can, keep up with him in the perimeter instead of forcing Mitch to come out. And it seems like Hartenstein's actually coming in for Mitch. So
I was just about to ask him, when are they going to put in Hartenstein? Not that Mitch has been played bad in the second half. He's been very impactful defensively, but the Knicks will just need that little extra punch of scoring. Brunson kicks. DiVincenzo sidesteps, drives, kicks. Hartenstein back to Anunoby. Anunoby fakes, drives to the basket inside. Righty lay, no good. Rebound, Giannis. Here come the Bucks. Portis kicks.
Really
Beasley three-pointer. Shots no good. Rebound DiVincenzo. And it's taken by Brunson.
Beasley forced up one. Knicks got lucky.
Brunson kicks. Anunoby, top of the key. No good. Flat shot. Rebound Beasley. Giannis against.
Been a rough night for OG
And a
Anunoby.
strip. It's stolen by Brunson. Strip from Anunoby. Brunson, one-on-one. Brunson fake. Floater shot is blocked by Lopez. Knicks rushing things quite a bit.
Both teams have really stepped up their defense now.
Lillard, double team, now single coverage. Gives out to Portis. Portis, open three-pointer. In and out. Rebound Brunson.
That
Knicks
is
will
a
try to slow things
critical
down.
miss.
Brunson drives. Hartenstein, floater up. No. Oh, we bounced in. Hartenstein has been a key cog as well.
Isaiah
106-98.
Hartenstein up to 17 points on the night. What a night he's having.
Lillard going to get a screen from Giannis. Goes around the screen, gives to Giannis. Giannis in the paint. Kicks to Lopez. Lopez driving. Looking for man stripped. Nice pass deflection by DiVincenzo. Oh, it was Hartenstein instead. Here come the Knicks. Bogdanovich open lay is good.
Big steal.
Great defense there from Isaiah Hartenstein.
The defense has been phenomenal in the second half.
Lillard off the screen. That should be an offensive foul, not called. Lillard three-pointer misses. Out of bounds. Knicks
DiVincenzo got whacked. No harm, no foul, though. They get it back. Credit to Tom Thibodeau, too. You know, he's made the right substitutions at the right times.
Playing chess, not checkers. Very carefully moving his pieces around. Give him a ton of credit. Brunson against Beasley. DiVincenzo going to set a guard screen for the mismatch. He's matched on a Lillard. Brunson, 12 to shoot, 11 to shoot. Double team coming. Brunson on the drive. Brunson inside, fakes. Turnaround jumper, knocks it down. Jalen Brunson on a heater. Knicks up 12 with 4 minutes to play.
Name another guard that size that is hitting that shot.
Lillard tosses Giannis. Inside is fouled.
41 for Jalen Brunson. What a night he's having.
Knicks are up 12 with 3:56 to play, in large part due to Brunson's play. And you could tell that, you know, Brunson was hit with contact from Lillard, but Brunson's, you want turnaround jumper, got it.
There are not many guards that are hitting a turnaround jumper like that in the post.
No.
That's incredible.
Giannis at the free throw line. He's been there quite often tonight. His first attempt is good.
As oddly as it sounds, this is the guy they want at the line.
That's true.
This is the guy they want. If you're going to foul somebody, it would be him. You don't want to foul anybody at all, but if there's anyone that's going to go to the line, you want to see Giannis at the line. Especially with Milwaukee having all their shooters on the floor right now.
Giannis knocks down both. He's been surprisingly really good from the line, but he does obviously shoot 65% from the line, usually. 110-100, Knicks up 10 with about 3:50 to play. Brunson going to get switched on to Lillard. Now it's a double team. Brunson gives to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo kicks to Hartenstein. Hartenstein's floater is in and out, but a foul on Brook
Hartenstein
Lopez.
has terrorized the Bucks with those floaters tonight, man. I know that one didn't drop, but it's right there. It's been a money shot for him tonight.
It's because I'll tell you this, like, it's not nothing against Hartenstein. Hartenstein's taking advantage of opportunities as his first shot is in and out, but it's the drop coverage. The Knicks are just taking advantage of the Bucks drop coverage. Lopez is dropping further and further and further into the paint. Hartenstein's, you know what, mid-range? Okay, I'm going to use my left hand. Hartenstein knocks down his second. He's 1 from 2 from the line.
Up to 18 points on the night.
Knicks are up by 11.
Only 3.5 minutes left. You have a good chance here to really pull away and close this out. But we know the
Lopez
Bucks
open three, knocks it down.
And that's what you don't want. You don't want to start giving up threes.
DiVincenzo Screen from Brunson gives back to Brunson. Here they're going to double him. Brunson doubled. Gives to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo fakes. He could have had Anunoby in the corner. Gives back to Hartenstein. Back to DiVincenzo. 1 second to shoot. DiVincenzo knocks down the three.
An unbelievable shot from DiVincenzo. Unbelievable shot.
3 seconds to play. What a shot from Dante.
Was wrapped up. Looked like he had no shot, and he just drilled that. Unbelievable shot.
Lillard driving on Anunoby. Lillard inside. Shots altered by Anunoby. Lillard upset he didn't get a call. Here comes Brunson.
Good D by Anunoby.
Down. They'll come to double again. Brunson three-pointer. Shots no good. Tipped up in the air. Taken by Anunoby off the rebound. Passes out to DiVincenzo for three. Bang! Dante DiVincenzo from downtown.
Bang! DiVincenzo. Oh my goodness. DiVincenzo, the Knicks signed him in the offseason for his shooting, and you're seeing exactly why we have him right now. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dante now up to 23. He's hit 7 of 10 from 3. He turned in what was a pretty rough first half into a phenomenal night. He's been nearly automatic in the second half.
And folks, just to mention, this is the guy who leads the Knicks in season and their franchise record for three-pointers in a season and three-pointers in a game.
Not only leads it, but he shattered the previous record too.
And all of his made shots, Dylan, have been three-pointers.
Yep. It's exactly why you have him out here.
Exactly.
We got him for a steal.
What was it, like $12 million? I mean, it's you really got to, like, this is a league full of shooters. Dante's a sniper.
Oh yeah.
Knicks are up 14. And it's a tough, let's be honest,
it's funny because, DiVincenzo is taking the spotlight here in the fourth, but Brunson is still on 50 ball watch. He's got 41. There's not a lot of time for 50, but I'm not going to act like I care about 50 more than a win. I want the win.
Absolutely.
So, but Brunson's put in a hell of a night, and DiVincenzo has just been phenomenal.
Absolute steal for those 11.
And there's only 2.5 minutes to go, so really, you get a pair of stops here, you can pull away and close this out.
Knicks up 14. Giannis will bring it to the half court. Giannis drives. Giannis pivots back to Lopez. Pick and pop. Lopez drives. Lopez loses it. It is stolen. Taken by Brunson. And the Knicks blitz Lopez as Lopez is not really.
Anunoby actually was the one who forced that steal. Phenomenal defense by Anunoby.
Defensive back 4 steals. Brunson floater good.
Make that 43.
Lillard goes to his right, gives back to Lopez, pick and pop, fakes. Lopez gives to Giannis. Giannis is stripped, still has it. Giannis one-on-one. Giannis off the screen, now onto Brunson. Giannis stops his dribble and looking to pass. Giannis gives to Lillard. Lillard to Giannis. Giannis trapped inside.
Great defense here.
Connaughton knocks down the three-pointer.
And you know what? As much as that three-pointer hurts, they killed off a lot of time there. A lot of time. So, Knicks are still in a great spot here.
DiVincenzo drives, kicks back to Hart. Knicks will kill some time. Bucks are about to empty their bench. Gives back to Hart. Hart, open three. In and out, rebound Giannis. Giannis drives. Giannis kicks. Beasley, corner three. Knocks it down. It is a 10-point game, about minute 13 to play.
Beasley should not have been left open like that.
As much as they're up 10 and they have some cushion.
Still up 10.
Yeah.
So it's not time to freak out yet, but.
Anunoby is stripped, but he is fouled. So my question is Doc Rivers going to bring it? Yeah, he's calling off the dogs. He is calling off the dogs down.
And 10. You know what? You know what? Doc might get some flack for that. Looked like they still might have had some life.
Like you saw the 2 open threes, like you're trying to make it close, and now you put in some of your bench
You're
guys.
waving the white flag. If I was a Bucks fan, I would be pretty upset about that.
I'd be pretty pissed. Down to a minute. Brunson defended. 10 to shoot. They're going to come double, obviously. Brunson spins, fires with the follow through back to DiVincenzo. Again, Dante DiVincenzo from the corner.
That's a dagger. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And a foul is called just to get Deuce McBride into the game. And the Knicks are about to close in on a very crucial victory. After a loss on Friday night, where a comeback came short.
This might just be one of their biggest wins of the season.
Without Julius Randle, too.
I feel like we've said that a lot about their victories lately, but, this was against a Bucks team that's very close to them in the standings, and this is a massive, massive win, especially with the upcoming schedule, as we looked at before. You got 3 games against 3 losing teams, and then the Boston Celtics, who might not even play any of their guys. You have a chance here to really get into the playoffs on a high note. You really do.
And Knicks will just dribble out the shot clock, so they have about.
That's going to be it. That's a big win. That is a huge win. Huge win.
And they'll just take out the rest of the shot clock down to 3.7.
The Knicks won in the second half, 72-48. That was the second half.
72-48?
They outscored them by 24 in the second half.
And that will do it. Tibbs embraces Doc Rivers. Tibbs was a former assistant his, but you know what? More importantly, the Knicks get a dub. Knicks hold on for the victory. The Magic also won, just to note, but a phenomenal comfort behind victory. Knicks were once down 10 in this game, and credit to everybody on the team, mainly DiVincenzo, Hartenstein, Anunoby for defense, Jalen Brunson. This was a hard-fought game in a very tough environment, and you got to give the Knicks a lot of credit. 112.
And I wanted to touch on this too. Anunoby had a rough night offensively, but defensively he made some plays late in this game. He didn't have the best night offensively, like I said. His shooting wasn't there. The layups weren't there, but defensively down the stretch, big play after big play. Made some huge plays. That big steal late in the game was really a big difference right there. I thought this was a very good win for them. Very good win. You got some key contributions from guys that weren't contributing a whole lot on one end. On the other end, they were doing the right things, and it made a big difference.
Absolutely. As now interestingly, Devo's in a huddle with his former Bucks teammates, a little bit of huddle circle. But anyways, they're going to talk to Jalen Brunson after the game. But let's go. Knicks is right. Dylan, your final thoughts on this victory? Obviously, you said it was a phenomenal game. And
this was a big win. Now the Knicks are in 4th place again. Cleveland is in 5th currently at the very moment. That could obviously change very soon, but at the moment that's a huge win. They're only 1 game behind the Bucks for 2nd place now. Just 1 game behind 2nd. Could you imagine if I told you in the beginning of the season that the New York Knicks could be the 2nd seed? I don't think you guys would have believed me. They're only 1 game back now. And they have 3 favorable games on the schedule, and arguably 4 if Boston doesn't play any of their guys when we play them, because it's at the very end of the season, and they've already clinched the best record in the NBA. So definitely got some favorable matchups ahead of us. This was the big one that you kind of had to win because both teams were going to really be coming out looking to kind of get right. I mentioned it in the opening. This was both teams' get right game. The Knicks had been in a slide a little bit. The Bucks had lost 3 straight. And we persevered here. We got the win, handed the Bucks their 4th straight L, and we can take 2nd seed from them at any point now, which that's incredible. Very inspiring win. This is the 2nd inspiring win this week. I should point that out because that Kings win was also very, very inspiring. This one, they were down by 11 at the half and just turned it up in the second half. Isaiah Hartenstein put in a fantastic game. Jalen Brunson, of course, 43 points. Dante DiVincenzo had a rough first half and turned in a phenomenal game, finishing with like 26 points, 8 threes. As I mentioned before, OG Anunoby didn't have it going offensively, but did his thing defensively. Mitchell Robinson made key plays defensively in that 4th quarter, which really needs to be talked about a lot because if he doesn't get some of those blocks, then, they don't go on that type of run. he made some. He really set the tone for what the defense was going to be down the stretch of this game. A lot of big plays from everybody. Bojan, of course, put in some big minutes as well, hitting those big shots to really get the offense going after they were kind of cold. A lot of big contributions from pretty much everybody. I noticed that Chua barely even played in the second half. I don't even know if he actually played at all in the second half, but credit to Tibbs for making the adjustments, noticing, who was playing well, who was fitting these matchups well, and who wasn't. Burks and Achua barely saw the floor today, and guys like Bojan saw the floor a little bit more because you needed some offense, and Mitchell Robinson even saw the floor a little bit more than he had recently. Pretty sure this is the most he's played since he came back, and, I'm really pleased with everyone's effort. Really pleased.
Yeah, definitely. Great win all around. But we'd like to thank Dylan for coming on for his for being my color analyst, as I call it. You can check him out. I already put the Twitter link in the description. He writes for Empire Sports Media. He does Fireside Giants, Fireside Yankees. He does a little bit with the Strickland as well. But from myself here and Dylan, technically to my right, we appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow with Boys in the Gapple discussing baseball, obviously the end of basketball season and all of that. But we will see you guys later. Peace out and have a good night. And also, let's go Knicks.